Coming to you live from Strongsville High School, this is the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel as we get you ready for our winter sports finale as the 22-2 Alliance Aviators take on the 15-8 Bedford Bearcats in an OHSAA Division III District Championship game. Hello, friends. Nathan Smee, your play-by-play commentator for this evening. Alongside me for pregame, Bryce Fisher and Daniel Clark. It'll be Cooper Fontaine on the call with me once he gets here. His ETA currently is 6:44. So hopefully he'll get here by opening tip. If not, well, it's business as usual as we are used to him announcing the Alliance Aviator starters before the game. But gentlemen, we are here. The final game of our winter coverage, and we're back in the building, albeit across the way from where we began our coverage back on the Friday before Thanksgiving with Strongsville. Hold on, whoa. Strongsville, Nordonia, a great girls basketball game at that time.
Yeah, it was a quality basketball game. It's crazy to see how long that's been. I'm really excited. I hope that Alliance is able to pull this one out. I know there was talks about us going to Toledo. I don't know if that will happen, but
this is it.
This is it, no matter what. Awesome. Yes. Well, I feel like it's a good game to end on.
And before I go to DC, the decision behind that is it gets to a gray area with the NFHS and the OHSAA. We do not want to step on any toes or break any rules. And B, I want to go out on our own terms. Not because the teams that we are following are done, not because of anything beyond our control. I want to go out here and say, this is it. We're ending on our own terms, and that is how we are going to go about the end of this season, which usually we're just waiting on a team to be done. But this way, we end out. We all know when it's done, and I know back in volleyball season, it was nice going into Alliance High School that day knowing, you know what, this is it. Let's do one final good show.
Right. Yeah, and, especially on our side, having a broadcast the entire time, this is my first year working with Smee, so it's just been an amazing ride trying to work and do what I do for 1022 Spectrum and doing it with Smee as well. So having to learn everybody's name, having to learn who everybody is in the EBC, in the OAC, it's just been a fun trip. It's been a fun experience.
Don't worry, DC. Before we let you get that diploma, we still have spring sports coming up, which we did start earlier this week. So before we talk about this game, let's do a recap of Tri-C's triple header against Kellogg Community College. Some tough ones yesterday, 11-4 and 6-1, and today a heartbreaker, 12-9. Brock Miller nearly a walk-off grand slam for the Triceratops, but in the end was just shy of the warning track. But Bryce, your takeaways from yesterday, it wasn't the best Tri-C team that we've seen, but then again, they're playing a top 10 team in the country.
Yeah, going off just because I was down there on the field, going off what I was talking to some of those guys, you got to cut the cord, per se. You got to get rid of the thoughts of last year. Last year's team was great. 42 wins straight. 41 was incredible. But it's a new year, new set of guys. They're extremely talented. They are. They hung in there game 1 and game 3. Like they showed that they can hit. They can compete with some of the best talent. Game 2, I mean, that kid was shoving.
JT Souden.
Shoving.
From our metrics, high 80s, low to mid 90s. I think you saw a 95. We saw 94 as the highest up in the press box.
Yeah, that's just what Coach Diesel was telling me down there. And he shoved. He was phenomenal all night. So really, really tough opening series here in Ohio for Tri-C, but that puts them at 4-5 on the year. So, I mean, easy chance to come back, get back to 500 and continue.
And it's worth noting they started the year last year, I believe, 1-6. A lot of losses down in Georgia against Cleveland. DC is a former baseball player herself and now a baseball coach. After a series like that, where would your head be at? Would you be disappointed? Obviously, it's kind of a given, but more disappointed on the loss or more optimistic that, hey, at some points, you were hanging with a team that you're going to see again in the regional tournaments?
I mean, that's always what you want to say is the optimism of actually knowing that you were hanging with that team. Just because you lost the game doesn't mean you didn't learn anything from that game. You still have another opportunity. You still have another way and another time to play them again and see a better team with that same amount of talent. So, yeah, I think it's just better to be optimistic than to actually say that you lost.
And in the meantime, here come the Bedford Bearcats, Bryce. We're talking about them in a little bit. Well, let's talk about the fans that are already in the house. Alliance has traveled well thus far. How big of an impact is that going to help them make tonight as it's about an hour 15-minute drive from Alliance to get to here at Strongsville High School?
Yeah, the parents have traveled well. We don't have a lot of students so far. It's generally the student section that makes it loud. Obviously, the parents will cheer when something happens, but the students are the ones that are active throughout the entire game. So if I see students start to pour in, that'll give me a little bit more faith in Alliance. But seeing that Bedford's out here, they're looking pretty good so far, just stretching, pretty confident in them.
Yep. And another thing that to call out about what we have going on right now, we're sitting in the corner, so you saw a few people walk past us today. You may see a lot of fans today in our area and down on the court, just because there's going to be so many people here. It's going to be a packed game tonight.
And in walking into the CVCA St. Vincent St. Mary game, it was a close game through 3, but CVCA pulling out the win 72-54. That was a packed house. We couldn't even set up until this place cleared because that's how many people were here. We were on the CVCA side. By the time that you guys got here right around the end of that game. You saw that gym and just how insanely packed it was. And I expect something very similar. If not, I don't want to say the word SO, but could we see a sellout?
We could see a sellout tonight, and that's exactly what you would want to see in a game like this. Bedford has a lot of fans that are going to come through, but Alliance fans are always strong, and we're always going to show up every single place we need to be. So it's just going to be a packed out game tonight.
I don't know how you define a sellout with bleachers when there's not true seats, but I think it will be the closest thing you can get.
All right, let's start talking about the Alliance Aviators this evening. A great team, 22-2 on the year. They have won their last 14 games, and their last loss, you go back to the early stages of January, was an overtime loss, 81-77 to Massillon. One of the best teams in Stark County, I think based on that metric, is the best team in Stark County. I know some rankings give it a 3-way tie between Alliance, McKinley, and Massillon. But to defend Massillon, they beat McKinley and they beat Alliance, which in my opinion makes them number 1. But still, this Alliance team is battle-tested. But the big concern tonight, they have not seen the Cleveland speed all season.
Yeah, I understand that Cleveland plays at a much higher tempo, a lot higher pace. But I think if they're able to slow the game down with the size that they have, I don't think Bedford's terribly undersized, but I think Alliance has a little bit more size in terms of mass. They're able to bigger body people. If they can slow it down, I think they'll be in a great position.
And going off of that, Sam Hayes down low, Cole Pasco, those guys are tall. Channing Jellison, another key player there. But we haven't talked about the star man and DC. Even before you started doing stuff for Channel 1022, you have plenty of ties to Alliance. You knew the name of J.R. Jackson.
Yeah, most definitely. He and my father, or not him, his father and my father knew each other when they went to college. My father went to Mount Union. He used to teach at Mount Union. He played at Mount Union, and so did Rich Jackson. So it's a lot of ties that I kind of just go back into Alliance, and having that culture, just sitting around Alliance, everybody knows everybody. So, I mean, having that guy in high school, we already know he was going to be a boss. We just want to see what he's going to do in college.
And speaking on Alliance, of course, it is a college town. That is a big point of emphasis. But I feel like with our numbers and just who is in Harry Field Gymnasium game in, game out, it's probably the biggest example of a small town that goes out to support all their athletics no matter what. It's like what you see from a Delphus St. John's, who's doing a great job, a Minerva, a Carrollton. But Alliance, they have defined that culture, and that has really helped them out quite a lot. I know there is a family relation, but to see LK at every game, to see Jeff Dart, the head coach at Mount Union, at every game, these are these big figures in Alliance, but they're supporting Cole Pasco, who is their relative, but still, it makes the community really come together that guys at the college are coming down to support the guys at the high school.
Yeah, and I think it's good in terms of development. You have guys that are able to chop it up, talk about what they see at different levels, see what happens. And obviously, Jeff Dart coaching football and LK coaching football, maybe they're not seeing the exact same things, but understanding the competitive nature, how to get into the right mindset, what happens when you get down, how to get back into a game. Those are all factors that play a huge role. So I think that's huge for just Alliance being able to see that. Plus, when you have Mount Union basketball players, I've seen them a couple times. I've seen Kevin there a couple times, talking to a couple of those players. I've seen Coach Greg there a couple times. So I think those are all good pieces.
And as well, it is worth noting the winner of this game will take on the winner of Northwest 6, or rather Northwest 2. And that matchup is Mansfield Senior and Lima Shawnee. We will be getting some live score updates courtesy of All Ohio Hoops. So once again, shout out to Brendan Lewis for all he's done this year, putting us on the list of live broadcasts for today as well. But let's talk about these Bedford Bearcats. What a fun group to watch at the NEO Youth League Christmas Classic, knocking off Lutheran West by 3. And of course, it's a two-headed monster for their entire offense. It's Kevin Woodgett averaging above 19, and right underneath him, averaging one less point, but an equal force out there. It's the Lutheran West transfer himself, AJ McKinney. Going back to that game, Bryce, what do they show you if that can really translate to the playoffs?
I think McGinney's ability to get down low and win contested layups is going to play a huge role because we have seen some foul trouble down low from Alliance when they get beat. I also think Woodgett, though, if he's able to get hot like he did against Lou West, that's going to be a lot. I believe he hit 4 threes to start off the game, or maybe 3. But if he could come out shooting like that, that's going to be an immediate timeout, and that's going to give a ton of momentum to Bedford.
And off of that, before I give it over to you, DC, Kevin Woodgett shooting 51% from the field. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
What if I told you it was also 51% from 3?
See, and that's one of those things where you got to really break this character down. Is he going to be one of those guys that are going to be going for the rim, or is he going to be staying in the arc? You know, this game, going against a team like Alliance, we're going to see him at the arc. So I'm saying, I'm a predictor right now. He's going to have at least 12 threes tonight.
That would be 36 points, correct, for Woodgett? Which I believe would be a season high for him. His season high as of right now is 36. Now it's against Maple Heights, so he tied season high.
He's getting 8 to 12 threes for sure. 8 on a minimum, 12 on the max.
We'll cut it downstairs. Here come your Alliance Aviators. So both sides on the court. 18 minutes left to go until we get things underway. Tossing it back up here. You see that doing double duty tonight, which is what I'm going to be doing during the actual broadcast itself. But speaking of Jeff Dart, he is here in the house making the hour drive.
Yeah, he is.
Again, that's just the culture.
Maybe we can get him to say a little something on the stream.
Maybe, maybe not. We're not going to push it quite yet, but I want to bring it back to Bedford. We've talked a lot about the shooting ability of Woodgett, but I think AJ McKinney is their X factor tonight. You see that size. You see there's just his stature. It's most likely going to be Sam Hayes' assignment and maybe Parker Woods. He likes to drive downhill. If he can get both of those guys in foul trouble, I don't know if Alliance has an answer.
I didn't even think about trying to get them in foul trouble.
Which happened against Louisville.
That did happen against Louisville, but I feel that it is important that they don't get in foul trouble. I feel like that's the thing that they learned from last week. Like, that's the only thing that you could have learned from, because they played such a good game. And then they want to be more accurate. They weren't as accurate as I've seen Alliance be in the past few games when they were playing against Louisville. Boom. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the only thing they have to do tonight is be accurate.
And Bryce, going over to you, what would it take for McGinney to get those guys in foul trouble? Because we saw him against Lutheran West. He was face guarded, but still, he made plenty of impact in that game, even if the score sheet didn't say he did.
I mean, he definitely did make an impact against that game. It just took him a while to get started. I think he needs to get downhill and then not utilize the first up fake. Utilize the second up fake. That's going to be one that they bite on. As soon as they jump up, you're going into their body, drawing the contact. They're a disciplined group, but they can only be disciplined for so long. You get very antsy. You have a lot of anxiety coming. You want to try to get that block, get the swing of momentum for your team. A little bit too much, and you draw foul.
When we come back, we will talk more about this matchup, some keys to victory, along with these two guys giving their predictions, as they are not on the call, so they are able to do that. DC, I'll have you toss it back down on the floor real quick. Time locally in Strongsville, 6:34 p.m. as you are watching the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Strongsville High School as you are watching the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel as we get you ready for an exciting matchup today between the Alliance Aviators and the Bedford Bearcats. Once again, I am Nathan Smee, alongside me Bryce Fisher and DC Daniel Clark for pregame, and I will be joined by Cooper Fontaine on the call for the actual broadcast starting at around 7 p.m. As if his ETA is to be believed, he is 7 minutes away. Hopefully he is, and when he gets here, he'll be ready to go, and he'll be fired up along with the rest of these Alliance fans. The bottom bowl filling up quite nicely in front of us. Nearly a full bowl on both sides, except for one corner behind the bench. We'll see if that does fill out or not, but gentlemen, matchups mean everything in the sport of basketball. We already talked about one with McGinney versus Hayes. What are some other matchups that you want to watch in this game that will really define who the winner is?
As much as I love KB and J.R. Jackson, I don't think one-on-one with no help defense, they're going to be able to stop Kevin Woodgett. I think their best opportunity to put Cash Brisker on him, or maybe even a Braylon Sears as a defensive option. I think that's going to be a really tough task for Alliance. Plus, you already know that I would say probably your best on-ball defender, being Parker Woods, is going to have to travel with McGinney. It's going to be tough. You got to find a way to stop the second option, and that would be Woodgett.
And then the third option, Rod Neal, he's averaging 8 points as well. Another key scorer for the Bedford Bearcats.
Yeah. But okay. I would like to say something about Pasco and whoever. Wait, hold on. Give me a little second. Let me get back to the matchups. Let me look at the matchups right now. 'Cause as I'm watching everybody play, I feel like the matchups don't really matter as much right now as you think they do. I feel it's more of a team effort. And yes, you do have the individuals on each team that are going to stand out and make better plays. But you still have to be able to come together with the team to play the sport of basketball. You feel me? So it's more like on the individual side of the players on that team, who is going to perform well today.
I like that answer. I really do a lot, actually. And I mean, we have these segments. It's Discord, but as you guys can see at home, if this is your first pregame show you're tuning into, we're not locked in. We don't have generic answers. We think outside the box, and that really sets us apart. So, Bryce, I'll toss it back over to you. An outside-the-box idea about this game that you won't be able to tell from really anywhere else unless you're here in the building watching or watching online at home.
The big man, Sam Hayes, is going to be a surprising weapon throughout this game, especially from the perimeter. I think that's just watching him so far, he hasn't missed a three-pointer yet in warm-ups. I might have 100% just jinxed him right now, but we've seen previously him catch fire. I want to say against Canfield, he had 3 threes. So I'm expecting him to get a little bit hot. I think it's a really good matchup for both teams. I personally think that Alliance's strengths play into Bedford's and vice versa. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. And if it's a high-pace shootout type of game, Bedford's going to run away with this. But if Alliance can slow them down and make these possessions last a little bit longer, it's going to be a tough one for Bedford to pull out.
100% right, or like exactly what Bryce just said. And I also feel that Cam Burton and J.R. Jackson are going to kind of have to share that point guard position tonight. Like, Cam is going to have to be a little bit more of a guard than he is a point guard, but he's going to have to be able to bring the ball up just as well as J.R. is and establish that key top position right at the arc. Bedford is a shooting team. I can tell. Bedford is a team to where when they're beyond the arc, they're going to really press staying beyond the arc. But when they want to drive, when they want to get in the paint, that's exactly what they're going to do. I feel like they're more of a 60-40 team for shooting and driving. But that's one thing that Alliance is good at stopping is driving teams.
And, of course, the elephant in the room is Rayshawn Hamilton not playing on Tuesday night. But that is still a star-studded Akron Garfield team that these guys went on the road to beat. They were the underdogs there. They're the underdogs now. We've talked a lot about it. I'll have you guys give me one key to victory for each team and then end out with your score prediction and who's winning.
For Bedford, I need Kevin Woodgett to be a factor off ball. He's got to draw the attention of the defense and allow McGinney to get easy buckets, and then that's going to set up Woodgett in return. For Alliance, do not give them second chance buckets. We saw that really, really hurt Lou West in that Neo Youth Elite matchup. You got to get the rebounds. You cannot give them up.
Score prediction, who's winning?
Alliance 61-55.
Flipping from yesterday. So Alliance by 6 is Bryce's prediction. DC, same thing. One key to victory for both sides. And who's winning tonight?
Okay, so my key to victory for Bedford, it's more of like 2 keys to victory. It's just be able to really capitalize on whatever your coach wants for y'all. I feel like their team is a team that works together, not individually, like I said earlier, obviously. But if your coach wants y'all to stay at the arc, stay at the arc. That's probably what's best for y'all. Alliance, you got to be physical this game. It's starting to look like Bedford is going to be a little bit more physical than you. So y'all really have to come down the court and be physical. Play good defense. Then going into this game, I'm not going to lie, I had Alliance winning just because I know Alliance is the better team. Alliance beat Cheney. Bedford lost to Cheney. And that really...
That was an early season Cheney, just to play devil's advocate.
Say it again?
That was an early season Cheney before they really got things going.
I still saw the stats, and the stats say that Alliance beat Cheney and Bedford lost to Cheney. So I wanted to go with Alliance, but from what I'm seeing right now, I have no clue. So I'm going to say a tie, like 57-57 or like OT 76-68.
Can I give you one little note? Bedford recently
You give me an
knocked off
opinion.
Glenville, and knocked out that Glenville team that beat Brunswick with Trey Drexler.
So even bigger to my point is like Bedford's looking pretty good right now. It's looking a little scary for Alliance, I'm not going to lie.
DC has given his thoughts. Bryce has as well. Gentlemen, any other closing thoughts before we toss things back down to the floor?
Speaking of the floor, we got to get down there.
Pretty much. DC, I have you toss it back down there. As this has been the SmeeSports pregame show on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Stick with us. Tip off coming up here on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
For the final time this year on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, let's play some basketball. Coming to you live from Strongsville High School, this is OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Tonight's game, one of the best of the year, as expected. It is an OHSAA Division III Northeast 6 District Championship game featuring the number 1 seed Alliance Aviators and the number 13 seeded Bedford Bearcats. Hello, friends. Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Cooper Fontaine will be joining me here in a few moments, but it's go time. Alliance trying to win their first district championship game since the 1982 season for Bedford for the first time since 2005. A big streak is going to be broken tonight, and one of these guys are going to be heading off to Toledo next week to take on the winner of Lima Shawnee and Mansfield Senior in an OHSAA regional semifinal matchup. Earlier on today in this building, CVCA was able to knock off St. Vincent St. Mary's 72-54. They are also a part of that pod, which means CVCA versus the winner of this game could, in theory, be an OHSAA regional championship game over at the University of Toledo if all goes right for these NEO teams. But of course, the big matchup tonight, the star players, J.R. Jackson and Kevin Woodgett, those two, they have led their respective teams all year, both averaging over 19 points, and both are playing for their high school careers. J.R. Jackson already committed to Walsh University in Division II. Kevin Woodgett still looking for his forever home at the collegiate level. With that in mind, we'll toss things downstairs to our PA announcer who will get us underway with our pregame announcements, the national anthem, and the introduction of our starters.
And our Strongsville City Schools. Let's welcome the Bedford Bearcats and the Alliance Aviators. Tonight's game is sponsored by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Your attendance and support of the student athletes and coaches is appreciated by all the member schools competing for the right to move on. Please keep in mind that though both teams are rivals, they are expected to exhibit the qualities of good sportsmanship throughout the contest, and the administration of both schools requests the same from all fans. The officials for this tournament game have met the extensive requirements set by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. These referees have been assigned based on the process approved by the OHSAA's Board of Directors for playoff games. The referees for tonight's game are Ben Schmigelski, Dawn Reese, and Paul Philippi. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all those that have served this great country to defend those freedoms, we ask you to please stand, remove your caps, and face the south end of the court for the playing of our national anthem. now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the away team for this evening's contest, the Bedford High School Bearcats. Number 0, Dijon Carroll. Number 4, Bryce Turman McCain. Number 10, Joe Green. Number 11, Hermes Warren. Number 15, Jermaine Gay Jr. Number 20, Justin Donaldson. Number 12, Deontay Martin. And number 30, Devin Sharp. And now for the starters for the Bearcats. At number 1, guard Jalen Gregory. At number 2, forward Roderick Neal. At number 3, at guard Kevin Woodchip III. At number 5, at guard AJ McGinney. At number 12, forward Simon Bell. Led by head coach Jermaine Gay. Assistant coaches Kevin Quicken III. The second, Tim Cameron, John Tamal, Aaron Beetleman, Kristen Russell, Max Curry, and team manager, athletic director Brandy Gashiani. And now for the home team for this evening's matchup, the Alliance High School. At number 0, at 6 foot even, Cash Brisker. At number 2, at 6'3", Tasha Nicholson. At number 4, at 5'9", Rayvon Hopkins. At number 5, at 6'2", Braylon Sears. At number 44, at 6'2", CJ Harper. At number 12, at 6'4", Kyron Thomas. At number 20, at 6'6", Channing Jellison. At number 24, at 6'2", Demontre Gurley. At number 30, at 6'3", Salem Williams. At number 35, at 5'7", Mikael Hardy. And now your Aviators starter. At number 1, at 6'1", J.R. Jackson. At number 3, at 5'9", Cam Martin. At number 11, at 6'4", Parker Woods. At number 22, at 6'6", Sarah Williams. And at number 32, at 6'2", Cole Pasco. Led by head coach Chet Harper, assistant coaches Corey Stevens, Paul Gurley, Rich Jackson, Justin Woods, Tim Lake, and Carol Strouder.
Well, Cooper, it is go time. We are ready to go at Strongsville High School. Should be a fun matchup tonight as the Alliance Aviators welcome the Bedford Bearcats. in one way or another, as they are the home team tonight.
It should be really fun. You know, I'm just glad I made it in time. I was at the Youngstown area Academic Challenge Trash Tournament at Salem High School before this, and we actually made it all the way to finals where we lost to St. Vincent St. Mary.
Who lost here?
Which I might add, St. Vincent St. Mary, the team that defeated the Alliance Aviators in their last 2 district titles, which was, I believe, 2012 and 2013. They lost to them back-to-back years.
We are ready to go here at Strongsville High School. McGinney will win the opening tip for Bedford, and we are off to the races in the Ville. Bedford in their green jerseys, Alliance in their home whites. Should be a good one. The winner of this game takes on the winner of the Mansfield Senior Lima Shawnee game, currently taking place out in the Toledo area. KB an early steal, but taken right back by Kevin Woodgets. Excellent hustle by K. Wood. And again, it's poked out of bounds by Cam Burton. So back-to-back pokeaways for KB, but possession will stay with Bedford.
A lot of stuff going on. Again, these are 2 competitive teams. This is playoff basketball. It's going to get gritty. You're going to see a lot of pokeaways, a lot of physical hands.
McGinney looking to inbound, running out of time. And it's an early timeout for Bedford. Coach Jermaine Gay not too happy with that one. Only 21 seconds in, and they have to burn their first of 5 timeouts.
That's the Aviators defense that we saw against Louisville, able to force many mistakes against the Leopards, forcing one early now in a very early turnover.
And this is the dream start for the Alliance defense, but the absolute worst start for Bedford.
Yeah, and again, it's about perspective. If you're Alliance, you love to see it. Bedford, we got to do better.
And that is going to be a key thing. If Alliance can continue to trap the Bearcats the way they just did, this is going to be a very long night for Bearcat Nation. And they understand that here as well. They know they have to be better, and they know that it has to be realistically right now.
Those changes have to be made early in the game. You can't have them affecting the game later.
There's the inbound, a clean one this time to Roderick Neal, driving inside and blocked by Sam Hayes. And a foul as well on Bedford.
Wow. How about Sam Hayes on defense? Again, something that we have preached so much of from the Aviators. They've done such a fantastic job, and then able to draw the contact off ball. It's beautiful.
Again, this is the dream start for the Alliance Aviators. And they still haven't had the ball yet on offense. And that speaks volumes to how well they have started this evening. Burton plays it out wide for J.R. Jackson. And we do have a whistle. What is this one going to be?
I have no idea. Possibly the scoreboard? That's my only guess, because I have 723. And I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job so far.
I would say you have as well.
But, yeah, I'm not sure.
It is a clock reset.
Okay, so they will send it back to 7:33. So I'll just have to wait patiently and adjust my.
Oh, 7:26.
26. Okay.
See, you're doing a pretty good job.
All right. Just about 3 seconds off. Some shenanigans early, but you know what? We move past that. We move on, and we get back to the game.
We've had it all season. Why would it be different in our final basketball game of the season? No reason. That's why. Burton plays it far side, picks up Parker Woods, and back top for KB. 7:15 on the clock in the first, and it's Cole Pasco denied. A strong piece of defense by Kevin Woodgets.
Normally, that's Cole Pasco's signature shot, but Cole, you're wide open. You got to hit that layup.
And Bedford gets a lucky break. Now it's A.J. McGinney top. He will be matched up with Parker Woods tonight, and it's Parker Woods with the block and throwing it out of bounds.
Trying to, make that play that you see so often, throw it off the guy out of bounds. He had already made contact, decided to make that play. Didn't pan out in his favor, but that's 2 blocks already for the Aviators defense.
Allowing nothing inside, especially with A.J. McGinney, that being his bread and butter, driving down low as a creative wing. And that's why he opens up the scoring.
Down low, just like you said, turn around, in the paint, easy bucket.
Alliance trying to answer quickly. At the top, J.R. Jackson takes it inside the arc and back top for Parker Woods. J.R. Jackson fighting for his high school career, same with Kevin Woodgett opposing him. Jackson driving through traffic, off the back iron, Woods can't get it to go, and a strong rebound in the paint by Zyman Bell, the sophomore.
Parker Woods looking to get a, pull-up 3.
And Woodgett can't knock that one down. Bell the rebound, another chance for the Bearcats. Gregory back out wide for Woodgett. Now top, A.J. McGinney. Can't get that one to go either. And Sam Hayes, he will crash the glass, and a timeout is called by Chet Harper.
2 early timeouts from both teams here. It looks like they just don't know quite how to play against one another. Generally, I would say 2 pretty high-powered offenses.
Is it going to be a timeout? They pointed to Harper, It's going to be a foul.
On Bedford, okay.
Which is weird because the way they pointed it, looked like they were going to address a timeout to Harper, which would have been an early spot to do it.
Another early timeout.
But instead, he stays with his 5. Jackson on the near side, trying to find some space, slipping inside the paint, out wide for Cam Burton. And he gets it to go. The Aviators are on the board in Strongsville.
And that's something that KB struggled a little bit against Louisville doing, was hitting that 3 ball, but he opens up the scoring for the Aviators with a 3.
And exactly what the doctor ordered for Alliance. They have their first lead, and a charge is drawn by Cam Burton. And a big one at that as McGinney, he would have drawn a big 3 for Bedford.
Again, the defense from the Aviators right now has just been immaculate in exposing those little things that you don't normally think of. Drawing offensive fouls like that or forcing timeouts have made a huge difference in this game.
That student section has been insane today, and they will be as this one continues. Jackson taking it up the floor, 5:30 on the clock, and now an offensive foul on Sam Hayes.
Wow.
The 4th combined foul of the opening 3 minutes.
Fouls out the yin-yang. You know, I think we said it against Salem, or pardon me, against Louisville. You got to let them play. This is playoff basketball. Obviously, I wasn't watching off the ball, but that didn't look too egregious. It just looked like they got tangled up a little bit.
Doing the tango early on. Bedford able to get this one in on the inbound, and that has been a struggle for them so far, Cooper.
That's how the Aviators were able to force that early timeout. That one poked out of bounds by Parker Woods. Ooh,
I believe that's the 3rd time that has happened, and we're going to see what they do say. This could be switched. You have 2 very passionate fan bases here tonight, so this is going to be the first of many long-time sequences of just fan chatter.
Yeah, it looks like Bedford fans want a tech on Parker Woods, but they won't get it. Possibly a warning there. We'll have to see how that breaks down.
And, of course, the battle between the student section is going to be a very vocal one tonight. But as things stand, Alliance forcing Bedford to slow things down. Here comes Rod Neal to the corner for A.J. McGinney. Nylon! A beautiful switch for A.J. McGinney.
Wide open, you have to hit that.
And he has all 5 tonight for the Bedford Bearcats. KB trapped and intercepted. It's Jalen Gregory. McGinney up the floor, Euros down low, and finishes. It's poetry in motion for the Bedford Bearcats.
That one to put him up 4.
All 7 tonight are A.J. McGinney, the Lutheran West transfer, one of the biggest movers of the offseason. Last year was Kendall Compton from Lou West. The pipeline over there, immaculate. And so is that switch from Cam Burton.
Talking about a transfer making a big impact. KB, who came over from Canton McKinley just last year, has all the Aviators points from 3s.
So basically what I'm seeing is 2 public schools with transfers scoring all their points so far. What a start. A weird anomaly if I've seen one. McGinney out wide, 7-6 Bedford up by 1. And he has it taken away. Cam Burton off to the races along with J.R. Jackson. There's the Euro, and he can't get it to go. It's out of bounds, and it will last touch the Bedford Bearcats. And Alliance will have another chance.
KB, a nice move, but just couldn't get it done in the paint. You have to think, do you want to dish it out at that point? You know, you're an undersized guard. Do you want to find someone bigger in the paint or maybe a better shooter out for 3?
So KB to inbound, down low, picks up Sam Hayes. His fadeaway. A high bounce and no good. McGinney the rebound, a scrappy one at that.
McGinney doing everything for the Bedford Bearcats. Are they calling that a foul?
Yes, it's going to be on Cole Pasco for a push. And here come the You Can't Do That chance. And as well, we're seeing him today. Jermaine Gay, the head coach of Bedford in year number 2, 32-16 record. He is one of the most animated head coaches in Cleveland. If we gave out that award, it would either be him or Sonny Johnson.
And speaking of new head coaches, you look at him in his 2nd year, Coach Harper in his 3rd. 2 coaches making a huge difference in their team's programs.
And 2 guys up for SmeeSports Coach of the Year last year. Jermaine Gay taking home that award. An impressive award for him. Woodgett clobbered to the corner. Rod Neal can't get that one to go. Pasco the rebound. Needed to pick that one up and got it cleanly. Here come the Alliance Aviators on the offensive end. In the corner, Parker Woods. Off kilter wide right, and Woodgett scoops up the board. Another great play for Kevin Woodgett on the opposite end. It's going to be a blocking foul on the Aviators. Their 2nd foul of the night. That one is going to be on Cole Pasco. And as expected, and as we talked about during pregame, Cooper, a lot of downhill drives by the Bedford Bearcats.
They're looking to get to the basket and do it early. Something that, it was a very slow start for both teams, but I think now that the Bearcats have settled in, they're definitely going to attack the basket a lot more.
And for the first time today, Channing Jellison is going to sub in. Alliance forced to take off two of their big players down low in Pasco and Hayes. And that's not where they want to be at this point of the game, being forced to based on each of them having a foul so far. And there is the double dribble.
Great job by J.R. Jackson on defense, able to force the double dribble and able to give the opportunity to the Aviators to take back the lead as the score now sits at 6-7 in favor of Bedford. I have a feeling it's going to be a very back-and-forth game.
And again, we talked about who is going to decide the tempo. Is Bedford's speed going to be too much, or is Alliance going to slow this game down and play Stark County ball? And so far, this is Stark County ball. Cam Burton in the corner. Can't get that one to go. Woods the rebound. A nice job avoiding the over-the-back foul. Now it's Braylon Sears. His middy's no good. And it's McGinney with the rebound for Bedford. And he will fly up the other end, spinning inside. Hooks it back up top. Woodgett pumps once. Takes it twice. He's got it!
Wow.
What a sequence for A.J. McGinney and Kevin Woodgett.
Smooth move off the pump fake. Slide to the right, doing the cha-cha slide there. Hitting the three. That's how you got to do it.
And Bedford is clapping their hands as J.R. Jackson throws that one away. Up the floor, McGinney. A perfect pass, but it's out of bounds. Excellent hustle by Braylon Sears, forcing it off of Jalen Gregory.
I was saying, able to force it off the foot there. One awkward dribble, and it's back in favor of the Aviators. Super contested. Super high stakes. And, everyone's got a piece of this game. I have a feeling it might get a little messy later on.
It might?
It will.
This is NEO basketball, Cooper. Learn Cleveland hoops, and then you'll understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. It's just different up here. And another turnover, that time picked up by Justin Donaldson, the freshman.
Another off the foot, for that matter.
And here comes A.J. McGinney, trying to find his way inside. Now to the corner, picks up Donaldson. 2:25 on the clock in the first. There's the Euro, and there is the foul. And again, Cooper, we mentioned Grimy so many times, and I said if there was one team this year that defined Third Coast Hoops' definition of the word, it's the Bedford Bearcats.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get the definition now?
I'm seeing what you're saying, Smee. I know you're the NEO guy. I tend to reside a little more in Stark County, but yeah, these are, you got it, man.
And in knowing a lot of these guys in the Bedford roster, it's just good people. And Kevin Woodgett is taken down, and he is in pain. That could definitely be a technical foul.
Yeah, they might have that up for consideration for a flagrant. Channing Jellison looked like he was playing a little tackle football there.
And now we're getting some warning about people approaching benches. It's grimy season, Cooper.
Yeah.
It's the playoffs. You got to love it. You think this is entertaining, Cooper? Yes or no?
Maybe a little more entertaining for you. For me.
Imagine a whole day of this at Youth Elite.
Yeah,
this is home.
I watched some of it, but I got to tell you right now, my heart is racing. As an Alliance fan, it's a little less entertaining. It's more just potential heart failure going on right now.
You're too young for that, Cooper.
You say that, but
well, we have a little bit of everything here at SmeeSports. We have great coverage, but also apparently Cooper having heart failure. Is that being added to the job description now?
Potentially. Not sure exactly what's going on right now. A little debacle at the scores table. I think they're trying to say that Bedford should be shooting free throws. Maybe an issue with the scoring book.
But 2:21 on the clock in the first. And what are your thoughts right now? Because, again, this game, it feels slower like Stark County. But the DNA, it screams Cleveland.
Yeah, well, and I think you have to contribute at least a little bit of that slower play to maybe some things going on with time adjustments or like this adjusting of the books where that's kind of slowing everyone down a little bit. And, maybe it's not playing as fast as it normally would be. It's definitely an interesting predicament when you look at it because, like you said, it's got the flashes of NEO, but you have these things, interrupting and just turning it into more of a slow-down Stark County game. We saw not quite the same debacle, but a similar debacle in the Canton-McKinley game where the scoreboard malfunctioned at Harry Fales Gymnasium.
And as well, I just got some word from down below. Yep, there are some words being exchanged by fans to the players. I don't think we're surprised.
Down by the benches. And Bedford will be shooting free throws.
Yes.
Because they were in the bonus, but the scores did not have it accurate. Okay. Or not. They removed one foul off the... This is confusing me.
Either way, Kevin Woodgett, he is at the line here for Bedford. First of 2, no good.
To make it a 5-point lead. Just didn't make it happen. Hey, you can win the game at the free throw line. You can lose the game at the free throw line.
Going back to that McKinley game. The reason it went to overtime. 1 of 3. Davey Thompson at the line. It was a heartbreaker. It really was for him. You felt for the kid. But he did send the game to OT. So in that sense, yes, he made up for his mistake.
And even more than that, I think you look at Alliance versus Northwest. Literally, Alliance won the game at the free throw line.
On a cleanup play from Jellison. Woodgett's second is good. So he will split the pair. And again, we immediately have some strong whistles.
Just some subs coming in.
And it's going to be Jermaine Gay Jr. subbing in. So this will be his 4th appearance of the season, averaging 5 points per game in just over 10 minutes. So we'll see how he can do here when the lights are the brightest. Jackson to the corner for Cash Brisker, and he is off kilter again. Neal the rebound, and Bedford, they will gallivant up the other way. It's Neal, coast to coast, and has it fly away from him. Williams keeps it alive. Now Coffin Corner needs an outlet, and he finds McGinney at the top. An excellent outlet pass from Zavante Williams. And here comes McGinney, and there's the blocking foul, and an and one! Nastiness from A.J. McGinney!
That might be a little cool. I mean, that's a tough call to make. To me, it goes back to similar call like the Deary and Holly call in the Barberton game last year where it could go 50-50.
And the question is, will they count it? They have not put the points on the board yet, and there it is.
So that he
Again.
will have that.
Again, that's what grimy is. A.J. McGinney, what a first quarter.
He is everything for Bedford and more right now.
He had 24 against Akron, Garfield, and South, so he's averaging 24 points per game in the playoffs so far.
That's nasty.
He has been amazing so far. That's just who he is. One of the biggest gets for Bedford in recent memory. And the end one's no good, and he gets his own miss, but there's a foul. It's going to be number 4 on the Bearcats and number 2, I believe, on McGinney.
A lot of fouls in the first quarter. I'm going to say it too many, if you ask me.
You want to let him play more?
I think so. I think obviously, yeah, you can't let it get out of control, but some of these have been potentially a little soft.
Borderline calls?
Borderline.
I feel like that one could have been too. Brisker, far side, deep in the wing. To the near corner for Tajay Nicholson. And the same miss again. It's wide right, but Braylon Sears the rebound. Hayes at the top, has some space. Back up top, Jackson, and thrown out of bounds. Excellent hustle by Jermaine Gay Jr. And again, you look at all of these missed threes in the corner, Cooper. You see what I'm seeing. They're breaking right.
Yep, you have to make that adjustment. And when you're shooting the threes at this volume, you have to make them.
And again, Bedford throws it out of play. They are getting scrappier and scrappier.
Which to an extent could be good, but if you take that scrappiness too far, unnecessary fouls, poking it out of bounds too much, it can end up negative for your team.
And as well, Cooper, as this game continues to progress, more and more fans are showing up. And a beautiful lob, but Hayes can't get it to go. Blocks it down, loose ball. Donaldson can't get it cleanly. Finally, it's Deontay Williams. And a timeout is called by Coach Jermaine Gay as he wants to keep possession. A 30-second timeout there called by Coach Woodgett. But now that's 2 timeouts used in the first quarter.
Yeah, I definitely don't look at that as a positive. While, yeah, you kept possession of the ball, now you're down 2 timeouts used already, and first quarter's not even over yet. You have a minute and a quarter left to play, or a minute and a quarter of a minute, rather, 15 seconds.
Getting creative there.
Yeah, but it didn't go in my favor because, anyway.
Either way, though, your thoughts overall as an Alliance fan. Where do you stand there? Because, of course, I'm the neutral here, but I know, Cooper, it doesn't take a genius to go on the Alliance website and find out who the principal is and your connection.
Yeah, well, so as an Alliance fan, I just have to think of a few things right now. Clean up some of those small mistakes, some of those fouls that maybe should not have happened, And I think the threes are good shots. Make the adjustment. If you don't want to take more threes, just take better shots.
And I agree with that. And Bedford throwing that one right out of bounds. We have seen a lot of miscues early on in this game from both sides.
And so there's where I come in for the Aviators on defense. Force more miscues and capitalize. If you can't capitalize, it's to no avail.
Brisker taking it up the floor as we talked about in pregame. We want to see him more involved in this game. Jackson still scoreless, trying to change that here with his drive, and he will roll it in. J.R. Jackson is on the board in the district championship game.
And that'll bring the Aviators within 5, just closing it up a little bit before the quarter comes to an end. Another miscue.
And again, it's Alliance basketball. Back-to-back wayward passes from Bedford, and they will go right back to their bench. And what I like is Coach Gay called up 2 of his best freshmen, and they're playing meaningful minutes here. You look at this roster, you think, okay, you lose K Wood after this year. This team is going to go back to mediocrity. That's like your biggest loss. Other than that, you're getting guys that can replace his output. And that's huge for building a program that can be ultra competitive over the next 5 to 10 years. In the corner, it's Nicholson. Alliance, 2 3 so far, both from Cam Burton. Brisker driving inside. He draws the foul, and it'll be free throws for Cash.
Good job by Cash Brisker. Able to attack the basket, draw the contact, and get to the line with a chance to bring the Aviators within 3. I think right now the game plan for the Aviators offensively is something that, as much as I think it doesn't need to be said, you need to get the ball to J.R. Jackson. Bedford obviously knows who J.R. Jackson is. They don't want him with the ball. So if you can find ways to get J.R. the ball and get him to score, I think that is one of the keys to success. If not, you need some bench players to step up.
And of them, Cash Brisker here at the line. And his first is no good.
Free throws.
Woes all the way around. And A.J. McGinney, he will sub back in. So combined, the teams are 1 for 4 from the charity stripe.
Not a good look.
And that can define the game down the stretch. The second one is good.
He will split the pair to bring the Aviators within 4. Whistle blows.
And we'll see what it is going to be. Is there some kind of warning here? I think both coaches want an explanation here.
I want an explanation.
I don't think you or I matter as much as the coaches in this
That's
case,
true.
unfortunately.
I
think they just slowed it down because Bedford, they have been known to be jumpy right off the rip to try and get things back in action.
Yeah, I have absolutely no... Oh, and they adjusted the time too, so that got me off.
So here comes Rod Neal in the offense. Top for Kevin Woodgets. And he is well shy. Strong rebound, Donaldson. And he will body his way through, but can't finish. Poked away. Here comes J.R. Jackson and a stampede. He goes coast to coast. It's blocked out of bounds, but a foul is called. It is free throws for the star man of Alliance High School.
You know, despite Bedford grabbing a few offensive rebounds there, great job turning a rebound into a fast break into J.R. Jackson, attacking the basket and getting free throws.
So 2 free chances here for J.R. Jackson. Trying to make this a 2-point game. And that'll cut it to 3. Only 3 first quarter points so far for J.R. Jackson.
6 for KB.
And those came on 2 shots.
2 shots, 2 threes. Beautiful from him.
And Jackson makes the second.
It's a 2-point game now.
One last chance before the end of the quarter. It's Kevin Woodgets. And it's just going to be shy, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Alliance getting back in it. Woodgets slow to get back up, but through one in Strongsville. It is the Bedford Bearcats up 13-11 on the Alliance Aviators. through one in Strongsville. It is the Bearcats of Bedford up 13-11 on Alliance, as you are watching high school basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Jackson nearly had that one taken away from him. In the corner, it's Nicholson, and that one's good. Alliance back on top.
Tajay Nicholson, he listened. He made the adjustment. That corner three, money.
One of the biggest baskets of the game and really the season for Alliance as they're trying to get back in this game. Woodgett to answer. Rolls it out, no good, but Donaldson the rebound, and the bank will open. A freshman making senior plays.
Just coming in, getting it done on the glass. You love to see that.
And here comes Alliance. Excellent movement to Tajay Nicholson. Lightning won't be striking twice, and it's out of bounds. Last touching Donaldson.
Right now, the one thing I have to say if I'm the Aviators, you have the size, rebound. Box out, grab rebounds. That is the one thing right now, because you're looking at some miscues on rebounds. No one's boxing their man out. Free buckets for Bedford.
And how about the Bedford cheerleaders in full effect tonight? Plenty of them here. A massive group. Jackson's floater off the mark. Nicholson tries to clean it up. It's too strong. And it's going to be picked up by Williams. And here come the Bearcats.
Tajay got the rebound that time. Just didn't finish.
And that one's taken away, but a foul is called before it.
Okay. That may be...
It's the second one on Sam Hayes, and as we emphasized in pregame, if Sam Hayes gets in foul trouble, A.J. McGinney is going to get to the paint scot-free.
Yeah, I think right now, just I think in general, both teams getting into the bonus in the first, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think, again, playoff basketball, let them play both ways.
And I would agree with that. But a very, very good basketball game so far. 15-14. It's Bedford up by one, trying to keep it that way. Donaldson shovels behind. McGinney can't get it. And here comes Tajay Nicholson. Lays it off for J.R. Jackson. And Alliance has the lead right back.
Very, very smart move by Tajay Nicholson. Sees the trailing man, dumps it off. Easy bucket for J.R.
And Bedford struggling to clear the timeline. McGinney picks up Neal. Bedford nowhere to go but in. It's McGinney driving inside. Hooks it up for the and one, and he's got it! Again, that is why A.J. McGinney is such a threat for the Bedford Bearcats.
When he gets downhill, man, he gets downhill.
I've been talking about it all week, Cooper. If he gets downhill, it's over. And he just keeps doing it, imposing his will in the biggest game of his career.
Second foul on the Aviators in a minute and a half of play. That's all I'm going to say.
And the end one is good, but that one a clear-cut foul. No way around it.
For the Aviators, you got to stop fouling. Control your hands.
McGinney, he now has 12, a game high. Woods from the paint. No dice. And it's going to be a board for Rod Neal.
You look at that rebounding section right there. Braylon Sear is the only Aviator in the paint.
And here come the Bedford Bearcats driving again, and it's an easy two for Rod Neal. 8 points, 4.4 rebounds on average, and he is having a great district championship game so far.
Kickball.
And it'll be a kickball violation, keeping it with the Alliance Aviators.
Right now for the Aviators, bring back that defense that we saw in the first. We need better rotations, quicker rotations, because Bedford is getting too much, like you said, kind of scot-free points in the paint.
And again, as I talked about all week, if Bedford can control the tempo, this is their game to win. And they are playing like it so far. Another kickball violation should be the call. Instead, it's a foul.
On Bedford?
I'm going to assume it's on Woodgett. But it looked like a kickball before the foul.
I saw a kickball as well. I think of all calls to call a foul.
As well, end of the first quarter, Mansfield Senior up 21-16 on Lima Shawnee. Winner of this game plays the winner of that one. That is worth noting.
No foul on the scoreboard. J.R. Jackson a deep three.
And he airballs it. KB tries to keep it alive, but that one should be back to Bedford. And they're going to call a foul.
Going for the rebound. Well, so
two Aviators clashed against each other. How is that a foul on Bedford?
Well, I'm still lost on the last play because they never marked anything on any scoreboard. That is the first foul of the quarter. So I don't know if that was a kickball or what. And then you come back.
3 combined fouls overall.
You come back, and that's the call that you make. I don't know exactly how to feel.
On the inbound, Jackson immediately Coffin cornered. Somehow staying set. No foul called. It's great defense, and it will stay down here. Last touching the arm of Neal. But that was strong defense from Bedford and clean.
That second call, out of bounds call, I agree with it more. I'll
Hands
just put
up.
it that way.
The defense was great. Hands were up. Alliance trying to get the offense rolling again. No looker to Tajay Nicholson, and he knocks it down.
Right now, you got to feed the hot hand. Tajay Nicholson has been banging him out like no one's business. I believe that's his 6th point on 2 threes.
Just like KB. Neal, double team, trying to find space. Picks up Gregory. On the near side, Donaldson was open. Now to the corner. McGinney. He's got it! Another corner tray for the Bedford Bearcats. A.J. McGinney now with 15 points. And here comes KB. Too strong off the window. Rebound McGinney. And Bedford is off to the races. They have the momentum right now, Cooper. McGinney, Coffin corner, nowhere to go. Loose ball, picks it up again, hooks it down low, picks up Gregory for the 2. Excellent team basketball for the Bedford Bearcats. Timeout Alliance.
Defensive rotations. Too many open baskets for Bedford. That's my key for Alliance right now. Bedford, they're looking electric. They're putting it all together. This is what you want if you're the Bedford Bearcats.
As well, I want to take this time as we do have a brief moment to thank everybody over at Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Our bosses, Logan McGee and Chelsea Shar, they made this possible today. They were able to organize everything with Strongsville, and as well, a shout out to the boys baseball coach over at Alliance, Jeff Graffis, for his role in getting in contact with Strongsville to allow us to be here. Thank you to all 3 of them. I love what I do for Alliance, Cooper, and Marlington, Minerva, even schools like Strongsville up here, Holy Name Padua. With programs like that, it makes it so much easier on us. It's been a joy over this past year and a half, and we're just getting started in that area. So once again, thank you to all 3 of them. And you know what, Coach Graffis? We'll see you in a few weeks for your home opener against JFK Catholic on the 27th.
It'll be a fun one.
But I know I have so much gratitude for them. I know all of us here do, as they've given us so many great opportunities. And I will say this. I know some people know SmeeSports. Many who are watching don't. Our broadcast tonight, with the exception of our overhead camera operator, which is my dad, students at Mount Union or Alliance High School. Impressive in my book. Bedford up by 6 as we are back to the action. Parker Woods finding space in the corner, driving on the baseline, but right back to Rod Neal.
Right back to J.R. Jackson for
and
3.
His 3 is off the mark, and it's Donaldson the rebound, and that should be a foul on Parker Woods. He got him in the face.
Yeah, but even through that, some yelling from the Aviator fans. They think that Parker Woods was simultaneously fouled while also fouling. It's a mess, man. Playoff basketball.
And if you saw the calls we had at Tri-C this weekend already, it has been one heck of a doozy. On the inbound, Burton keeps it alive. Nicholson, same thing. Alliance a free possession, and they need this one down by 6. 25-19 your score. And down low, Nicholson, a little shy, and picked up by Kevin Woodgets. He has been an excellent rebounder tonight. 4 points for K Wood, but he wants more. Coast to coast, and that one's out of bounds off of Cash Brisker.
Great defense by Cash Brisker, able to keep the feet set and force a more slower offense set up for Bedford right now for the Aviators. Just be strong. Grab rebounds. Don't get the ball smacked away. Bedford, keep doing what you're doing.
It'll be McGinney to inbound. He did have struggles earlier on in this game, getting it in time. This time, a clean play towards Woodgets. K Wood getting shifty on Parker Woods. Back top, it's A.J. McGinney for the Bedford Bearcat offense. A.J. fighting inside, driving left, and he will travel.
Great defense by Cash Brisker. That's what you want to see more of if you're the Aviators. Again, force those small miscues and do what needs to be done to get the ball back in your possession.
And I agree. Alliance, even though the scoreboard doesn't reflect it, they have been so scrappy this evening.
Yeah, I was going to say, despite that 6-point deficit, you look at it, they've been way more competitive than that.
And they just need to start making some shots here. The pressure is on here at Strongsville. Woods from the key. The line drive is good. And that is his first basket of the district championship game. He is in a unique role here. The only player who has played in a district championship game on this roster has, of course, Marlington lost to Warrensville in overtime at North Ridgeville last year in the district title game. Here comes Cam Burton with the steal, coast to coast. And no good. Excellent hustle from Kevin Woodgett, knocking it away. A second chance for Alliance. It is Parker Woods again. And this time off the front of the iron. And
an injury timeout. Oh, man.
Woodgett down again. And, I mean, he is still hurting from the clothesline from Channing Jellison. You got to feel for the kid here. He is so much of a competitor. Maybe the biggest competitor on the floor tonight.
Absolutely. His hustle has been absolutely unmatched.
I mean, you just have to hurt for him right now. I mean, he's going to go for as long as he can, Cooper, but it's not looking good. And
I was going to say, that's his second time going out today.
I mean,
there's only so many times you can end up getting back up and still playing.
Is tough. It really is. But a senior playing in potentially his final game, it's just unfair, man. It really is. And we've seen him. He is so underrated. I don't understand why he isn't talked about more. He is such a good kid, good basketball player. He plays the game so well. The all-time three-point leader at Bedford heading into tonight with 171. He's shooting above 50% from three. He is a dynamic player in Cleveland, but he's still so underrated. And if this is how he goes out, it's just not fair, man. It's not fair at all. I mean, Cooper, do you feel that pain, just that heartbreak for him?
Yeah, able to get up, but definitely weak in his feet. I mean, he's limping off the court. I don't know if he's going to end up coming back into the game.
Even more so, what can A.J. McGinney do for this team?
Now you really have to step up. Like, this is one of those moments.
He is going to get some treatment. Honestly, if he comes back in, I wouldn't be shocked. That's just who he is as a competitor. He's so strong. But 25-21, Bedford up by 4, but having to do this without one of their best players. McGinney on the inbound, able to get through two Aviators, and he is off to the races, trying to facilitate this offense himself, and he gets a foul called against the Aviators. It'll be a push on Cash Brisker. And that is the second foul today on Cash Brisker.
And the fourth by the Aviators in this quarter. Again, if you're the Aviators, you cannot be going into the bonus right now. You're going to end up giving them free shots. You have to control yourself.
And Woodgett, he is getting taped up on the bench. I think he's going to come back in. We'll see, though. Donaldson, loose ball. It's a race for it. Woods gets a piece of it, flung back. Gay can't keep it alive, and it is Alliance Aviator basketball.
Good hustle all around by the Aviators. Parker Woods stretching out, trying to reach that ball, and able to force a slight miscue there.
Bedford even more so, just waiting for halftime. They need the break. Alliance, they need to start just kind of getting things back to normal. So many uncharacteristic mistakes on their part tonight. Here comes Parker Woods, and he gets fouled. Foul number 2 on the quarter against Bedford, and it is free throws for the junior.
The one thing that I will say that the Aviators have done very well is they've been good at attacking the basket at will. Whenever they need to drive in and get a quick bucket, they've done exactly that. You look at the end of that first quarter, I believe Cash had some free throws, JR had some free throws on back-to-back possessions.
So first of 2 here for Parker Woods, and it's off the front iron.
Free throws. You have to make free throws. I think that's been the name of the game for both teams so far in terms of big, things they haven't done well scoring, hitting free throws for both teams.
Woods at second, though, is good. He will split the pair.
That'll bring
3 points.
And that'll bring the Aviators back within 3 as well, which is big for them. If they can keep it close, they're in the game.
So a one-possession game, and here comes Neal to the wing. It's Gay driving off the iron, no good. Donaldson fighting for the rebound. Gay picks it up, and Bedford has a second chance. And there is the foul on Tajay Nicholson. His first foul of the evening, and again, just over-aggression from the Aviator defense.
And now they're in the bonus.
So free throws incoming here for Jermaine Gage Jr., the freshman.
Great job, though. You look at it, the hustle by Gay. Absolutely crazy. Undersized guard, freshman coming in, grabbing rebounds, drawing fouls, and getting to the free throw line.
He's averaging 5 points per game on varsity in 3 games played, so 15 points. And it will stay that way. First of 2, no good.
You know who else was putting up numbers as a freshman? The freshman himself, J.R. Jackson. You look at, he kind of had a breakout year. Even in his freshman year, he played with a lot of great players. Diego Allen, being one of them.
Proctor, Kayvon, a lot of those guys. Second one is good for Gay. And he is on the board as he splits the pair. Back to a two-possession game, 26-22. That has been our hovering point for the most part this evening. And there is the steal. Williams boots it again. Jackson picks it up. Alliance stays with it. In transition, it's Parker Woods. It's shy off the iron, gets his own miss, and hooks it out of bounds, last touching Bedford.
I only have one complaint about that play. Parker, you had 2 wide open men, and you shot a pull-up 3. I think we need
maybe a long 2 even.
A slightly better shot selection. Goodness gracious. I'm getting a little antsy right now.
You don't say. Back to the action. It's Cam Burton, another 3. This one off the mark. And it's A.J. McGinney picking up the pieces for Bedford. Final 2 minutes of the first half. It's A.J. spinning inside, poked away by Braylon Sears.
Great defense there by Braylon Sears against one of the best driving players I think I've ever watched, McGinney.
Jackson toying with the defense for Parker Woods. Way too strong off the iron. Nicholson no good again. And Neal picks it up. Alliance, they should be in the 30s right now based on the shooting. Burton with the steal. Another chance. Down low, Parker Woods. He will bank it in.
Now, if he didn't make that, if I'm Coach Harper, calling timeout, taking him out the game.
You might have a new 5. Here comes McGinney on the far side, tiptoeing the line. Bounce pass for Gay in the wing. 1:15 left to go until halftime. Bedford trying to energize this offense without Kevin Woodgett's presence. Neal. The Bearcats taking their time. A 2-point lead for the Bearcats. McGinney. Hooks it inside for Donaldson. Rejected by Woods, but a foul is called first. And it is free throws again for the Bearcats.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I sound like a angry history teacher right now because we have to control
Was that your
ourselves.
dad as a band director?
Maybe. You know, if any of his band members got double bonus first and second quarter, that's what he would say. I'm just disappointed.
Is there a band equivalent to that?
Missing your call time back from the third quarter. You get third quarter off. You have to be back 2 minutes left in the third so you can play stand tunes in the fourth if you're not back.
And some big news for Bedford. Kevin Woodgett is at the scorer's table.
That's insane.
But the first one's no good. And
And
here he is. He's back in the game.
man, if that was me, I would be out for a season. That's insane.
He's
Grit.
that much of a competitor.
Grit.
I'm not shocked at all. That's just who he is.
You said he'd be back. Did you think he'd be back in this quarter?
Yes. That one's good from Donaldson. The
More
playoff
subs.
adrenaline. There's nothing like it.
It's got to be it.
And as well, coming on for Bedford, they're going to bring on, I believe, number 30, not on our roster. So new player getting some action here. And as well, the Alliance fans, some body paint today as you see that fan walking out. I respect it. Going blue out here today.
Yeah, you got to go all in, man.
Not to step on the Cavs' toes there either. 27-24, Alliance down by 3. Final 50 seconds of the first half. Jackson on the far side, controlling traffic. JR trying to give his Alliance Aviators one heck of a chance here heading into halftime. On the near side, it's Cam Burton. Now 35 seconds left to go. A very methodical possession. It's Sears to tie, and he knocks it down! Even at 27.
Braylon Sears, all net, baby.
What a performance for the Alliance Aviators. Down big in the first half, battling back in. But Bedford, they might have the final say. It's McGinney spinning inside, in traffic, goes top for Neal. Final 10 seconds, Neal pivoting. He puts it up. Can't get that one to go. Jackson the rebound. One more chance for Alliance before halftime. It's all J.R. Jackson at the buzzer. He can't get it to go, and that's halftime. What a stop defensively for Bedford, and we will have a tie game through 16 minutes.
I mean, craziness. Absolute craziness.
We'll watch that one back on the replay before we go to break.
Looks like Parker Woods tried to get a little putback in there at the end.
I don't think he got it in time. That shot, it would have been good, and there it is. You can see the buzzer in the background. Shot no good. They got the call right.
Just didn't have the shooter's touch there. You know, man, right now, if I'm Coach Harper, there's a lot to be happy about, but there's also a lot to be left desired. You missed a lot of shots. At the end of the day, I think there's stuff that both coaches are going to tell their teams, make adjustments. They're both going to make adjustments, and I think it's going to remain close in the whole second half.
And I would have to agree with you there. At the break at Strongsville High School, we got a good one here on SmeeSports. 27-27, honors even in this district championship game. Once again, you are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. All is still to play for here at Strongsville High School. Your halftime score in this OHSAA District Championship game between the Alliance Aviators and the Bedford Bearcats. 27-27. It's an even game. Both teams doing everything that they can to keep this one close. And Cooper, if you look at both offenses, this one could be 40-40, honestly.
It could be, but then you look at it the other way, and if Alliance hits their shots, they could easily have like 40 points right now. I think it's just, both teams, maybe their game's not going to their game plan, to the blueprint of how they wanted to play, especially these are two extremely gritty teams. Like, we see it on both of them. They're doing everything and more to keep it close both ways. So I think, both teams trying to just make that difference, do enough to put it over the edge, but it's equal going into the half.
All right, one key to victory for each team. It's basically a new ball game here. You have 16 minutes to save your season.
I think for Bedford, keep attacking the basket and limit the mistakes. You saw a few miscues, some balls go just flying out of bounds without even touching the second player. Definitely not what you want to see. And then for the Aviators, don't get in foul trouble and make your shots. Again, they've had a numerous amount of times where if this were any other game, it would have gone in. It would have been all net. It would have been a bucket in favor of the Aviators. But they just have not been able to get the right shots to fall tonight. That's
and I'll
why
tell you what, Cooper,
27-27.
before I go back to you here, on our end, we currently are potentially making history. The record for most live viewers for a broadcast on our channel is 4,600. Warrensville Garfield last year at Warrensville. Peak concurrent record is 950. We were at 753 in the first half. So there's a chance that we have a record-breaking night along with one of these teams tonight.
Depends on how the rest of this game goes.
Absolutely right.
And I have a feeling that the way it's going right now, it'll be a thriller, and the fans will definitely be tuning in.
Should be a good one here. Still got some music playing as well.
Yeah. Oh, another whistle. The referee's not ready. Discussion now.
Always something.
Always something. This game has been exemplary of that. I mean, start to finish. Start to third quarter, I guess. Always something extra going on.
Bedford now on the near end as we get things underway in the second half. Honors even at 27 as you are watching OHSAA basketball on SmeeSports. Bell goes far side, picking up Gregory. Gregory fighting for space on that far side. Alliance's defense getting a little bit more locked down here. Back far side for Kevin Woodgett. Woodgett 7:30 on the clock. A methodical start to the half for Bedford. And as well, it's great to see him back in the game in general.
Yeah, after he went down with that, what looked like an ankle sprain, just glad to see him back standing, honestly.
Gregory takes the first shot of the second half and can't get it to go. A long-winded possession, and it will end with a foul on the Bearcats.
And, I will say I won't say a first half of complaining from me, but I think that was a good call. Parker got wrapped up, but he had control of the ball. Also, I do want to say the Bedford fans are shuffling out right now. I think maybe some admins had some words with them, and they're being removed,
Or moved upstairs.
That could change the whole environment of this game.
It definitely can. Hayes back south, 7:05, left to go in the third. Alliance trying to get the opening basket of this second half. Burton from the elbow, knocks it down. And Alliance is back on top.
And that's the second one of those shots where it kind of took a bank off that flat part of the rim and fell in. Parker Woods, I believe, had the other one. A little shooter's touch coming in clutch for the Aviators.
And for one of the first times tonight, Bedford is trailing. McKinney wide left, can't get it to go. Same with the putback, but the third chance is good for Zyman Bell. And he is on the board in the district championship game.
And again, if you're the Aviators, you cannot let Bedford have that many opportunities at the rim. You got to rebound.
So back even, 29 all. Of course, A.J. McKinney leading the way with 15 points, but J.R. Jackson, a clean switch. He is heating up from beyond the arc. Give him 9.
That's what you expect from J.R. Jackson. As soon as things maybe look a little bit bleak, he comes in with a 3.
And that would be huge if that can continue. But right now, a great start to the second half for the Alliance Aviators. And miscommunication from Bedford, that one's out of play. McKinney missed time to cut with Neal.
Do we remember my keys to victory? You have to control the small mistakes, the passes that go awry. Have to be limited in a game like this.
And you're absolutely right. And so far, all of the little mistakes are coming from the Bedford Bearcats. Woods in the corner, trying to find some space. And back up top, tipped away. And Jackson will see this one into the backcourt. The Lions just taking their time here and playing it the right way. It's KB, now top for Cole Pasco. Alliance in no rush, now a wide open J.R. Jackson. You cannot leave him that open.
Another one of my, maybe not keys to victory, but something I said in the first half, the Aviators have to find J.R. Jackson. He now has 12, kind of become the driving force of this offense in the second half so far.
And he needs to be from here on out. This has to be a J.R. Jackson takeover half. Most times it doesn't have to be, but right now it does. And this building is jumping again. Alliance up by 6. Neal running around, picks up McGinney. AJ on the baseline, runs out of time, and it goes right back to Alliance.
Great defense by Cole Pasco. And like you said, this building is jumping, full of Aviator fans who live an hour 20 away. That is what you love to see from the fan base. Not to mention, Bedford traveled very well as well.
There's just more of a 35-minute trek from Bedford. But still a sizable drive from 480, connecting with 71. Burton double team, gets out of it, driving towards the paint, and he will get fouled.
Wow. How about the escape act there by KB, able to regain control of the ball, split the double team, drive in, get fouled. That's just, I mean, I don't have much else. That's not something that you really see him do much. Yeah, he's a ball handler, but he doesn't attack the basket like that.
Not at all. He is a true one. Doesn't really shoot too much, and he facilitates an offense quite well. Jackson on the inbound, step back to the wing. Parker Woods, just too much on the three, and it's out of bounds. It'll be Bedford basketball, and could we see a foul on Sam Hayes as well?
Again, that's one of those ones where potentially you could call it. When you look at the way that they have been making calls throughout this game, that could be a call, but it's very difficult. And maybe a wet spot on the floor.
And of course, we did have that issue earlier today at the Bluffton district game, as they had to postpone the action due to condensation on the floor.
Oof, probably from the rain.
So their hope was to begin again at 4 o'clock. I don't know for sure if they did or not. But this one more just the blood, sweat, and tears of these men. The 10 players on the floor have been hustling all day, and that one's thrown out of bounds by Parker Woods. Saying hello to a known photographer in the area, Ed Hall.
Also to a slightly less known photographer, Hudson Woods, brother of his man who's playing on the court, Parker Woods.
There you go.
Saying what's up to Lil Bro.
35-29, Alliance up by 6. Here come the Bearcats trying to battle inside. McGinney driving. It's A.J. McGinney out wide. Rod Neal knocks down the three. And Bedford is back within 3.
If you want to keep it close, you got to hit that.
And now it's J.R. Jackson, and he makes the mid-range. Absolutely unfazed.
And yeah, I was going to say, even with the hand, well, on his hand, oh, come on.
And now it's McGinney the other way. The offense is back, ladies and gentlemen. And now here comes KB trying to keep it going.
This is what you expected from both teams in the first half, but they're just getting things started now, it looks like, in the third quarter.
Wide open in the corner. Cam Burton drives and picked away. Excellent defense from Zyman Bell. The Bearcats so scrappy this evening. And now a loose ball. Neal loses it underneath. It's Woods and Hayes. Woods can't get it to go. Hayes does.
Hayes, that second member of the cleanup crew, him and Channing Jellison. That'll be a timeout, Bedford. Ladies and gents, how about these Alliance Aviators turning it up in the third quarter?
And that student section, they're very vocal here today. And they have made a difference in my mind.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, I don't want to say Bedford's isn't as big because it's very sizable, especially for a neutral site game. But you look at how large the Aviators is. For a trip that is an hour 20 drive, it has to be slightly intimidating.
As well, score update at the end of the third quarter, Mansfield Senior up 47-42 on Lima Shawnee.
Oof.
If Bedford and Mansfield Senior both win, they would both knock off the 1 seed.
That would be crazy. But then you look at it the other way around, the battle of 1 seeds, that would be a nasty game. I mean,
of course, the upset that Mansfield Senior had on Thursday night against Oregon Clay, they had such a great start to that game. I don't want to see them in the regional tournament if I'm Alliance or Bedford.
Yeah, that's definitely a scary one to look at. That is a monster team.
And oh, by the way, waiting in the wings in the opposing bracket in Region 9, just Marcus Johnson, potentially back-to-back Mr. Basketball.
Just hanging around,
Doing his thing. And as well, congratulations goes out to both Warrensville Heights and Glenville, both making it back to the regional tournaments.
Glenville, I believe, getting that win over West Branch.
Yes, they did.
You look at it, there were actually, if I'm not mistaken, 3 EBC teams in district finals. Carrollton, West Branch, and Alliance, who's playing right now.
Right now, 0 for 2.
Not bad for a conference that everyone said was, terrible, and that's why they're disbanding.
And Hayes, nearly a foul there on the follow-through. Brisker, he gets stumbled back, and it's going to be a foul on Alliance. Either Brisker or Hayes. And it's going to be on Brisker, his third.
That's one that you don't want, especially when you have such a good defender as Cash Brisker. I mean, he is similar to KB. You just take away the shooting and put all those stat points in defense.
And when you look at Alliance for the future, he is the heir apparent to a Cam Burton. McGinney can't get that one to go, but Pasco picks it up, and he is fouled on the spin. Foul number 3 on Bedford in the third quarter. And the Alliance fans are loving it up by 6.
Good job by Cole Pasco, doing what he does best. Mr. Hustle, grabbing a rebound and drawing the foul. They only have Bedford on the scoreboard. Oh, now they added the third foul with 3:20 left. Keep
So
that in
Alliance
mind.
can play this right and get themselves into the bonus. Down low, Braylon Sears, and it's blocked by Donaldson. And it goes back to the Bearcats. Again, a freshman making senior plays.
That was a good find by JR, but Donaldson erased it.
And here come those Bearcats yet again on the prowl, down by 6. McGinney coffin cornered. Far side picks up Gregory, and it's off the hands of Donaldson. And right back to Alliance it goes.
Again, you have to control the crazy passes. That has been, a huge factor as to why Alliance is currently leading by 6. Maybe another debacle down there between the refs. I don't know. Again, always something.
Never a dull moment covering high school basketball.
Nonetheless, in Northeast Ohio.
We're going to miss this when it's done. We really will. Jackson on the far side, driving through traffic. Now Braylon Sears, the shovel pass to JR. Down low to Pasco, 2:50 on the clock in the third. Alliance awaiting 2 changes of Nicholson and Woods, and maybe a third. KB getting closer and closer to that scorer's table. Sears fighting his way inside the key, drives down low, hooks it off the backboard, and it's picked up by K. Wood on the miss. Bedford trying to get back within 1 possession. It's going to be McGinney, and he lays it in beautifully. Now a 4-point game. McGinney, 19 of the 36 for the Bearcats.
Again, he's been absolutely everything for them, especially putting points on the board.
Into the corner, it's going to be Sam Hayes taking it inside. His Euro won't lead to points. Thrown back to McGinney, and Donaldson keeps it alive, but they will say he stepped out of bounds first.
Again, I think this kind of goes back to another thing. Control the small mistakes and also better shot selection. Sam Hayes with the Euro, and then it would look like a left-handed floater. You have to think, if you're the Aviators, you can get a better shot than that.
And they know what they can do. They just have to be craftier against this Bedford defense. Jackson in the corner, poked out of bounds, and back to Bedford. What hustle from Jalen Gregory, averaging nearly a steal per game, and that's why.
I didn't quite have the angle on it to see if the call was accurate or not. Referee having some words with the Aviator fans.
Are we surprised?
Can't say I'm terribly surprised, but
Back to the action we go.
Yeah, back to the action. Always something.
Got to be careful there. McGinney out wide. Kevin Woodgett can't get that one to go. Just a bit shy off the iron and the window. And Alliance stays up by 4. Jackson top for Cash Brisker. A clean lane to the corner. Braylon Sears just off the side iron. And Donaldson fighting for his life gets the board. And here comes the Bedford Bearcat offense again. still trying to get back in this game. Donaldson to the corner. Gregory makes one man miss and picked off by Tajay Nicholson. It's Nicholson versus Woodgett, and Woodgett will win defensively. Excellent hustle again, and there's the foul on Alliance. If it's on Cash, that would be his 4th. And it is.
Wow.
So Cam has to come back in.
I don't know, man. I think, again, it's the same gripe that you always have in the playoffs. And obviously, the game does not always come down to fouls, but you have to be consistent.
And is it a 5-second violation? It is.
I don't know if it was 5. It looked like he signaled at the floor. He may have stepped out of bounds.
Which is insane. I mean, all the way around, this game has been nuts, Cooper.
I think they said you can't do that, so they may have signaled that he stepped out, which is, I mean, preposterous.
It happens. In a game like this, it's the little mistakes. KB, back top for J.R. Jackson. Nylon! Rims it in. J.R. Jackson now with 15. Timeout called.
Wow, man. JR just making it happen. Nearly matching McGinney's point. Game high of 19. JR's 15. A lot of that coming from 3. He's a flamethrower right now.
I feel like he always is.
And we said it kind of going into this third quarter. Are we gonna need a JR takeover at half? And right now, that's really what we're getting. A lot of these big runs are being spawned from, JR hitting a deep 3 and then turning defense back into offense. That's what the Aviators do very well.
I mean, all the way around, this has been one heck of a district championship game.
Well fought. Both teams deserve to be here, for certain. But a huge turn of the tides for the Aviators, who were down so big in that first half. Now, if my math is correct, they're up 7.
Yes, they are. So the pressure on Bedford yet again. Only 9 points so far in the second half for the Bearcats. They need the offense to return. Woodgett in the corner, 1:05 on the clock in the third. And here it is, crunch time in the second to last frame. And Sears with the block.
Braylon Sears has been playing, he's kind of been an unsung hero on defense for the Aviators. He played great defense against Louisville.
And here comes J.R. Jackson to the rescue for the 2. This Alliance team is on.
Yeah, floater game, 3 game. He's got it.
And it has to go back to Bedford here as there is the foul. They need to find a way to get back in this. That is going to be the second foul on Braylon Sears.
Despite Cash having 4, I think the Aviators have actually done a pretty good job of spreading the fouls few and far between otherwise.
And I'd have to agree. On the inbound, Nicholson gets a piece, but it will stay with McGinney. Loose ball picked up by Cam Burton, and the Aviators are off to the races. Burton blocked by McGinney, but it doesn't matter. He is on fire. The Aviators are on fire.
Double-digit lead.
Yet another good finish by Alliance, up by 11. McGinney driving in the lane, and it's a blocking foul, but no shots. And the boos will rain down. What do you think there?
I'm going to let the crowd talk. Quote, unquote, this ain't football. Quote, unquote, you got to be kidding me, ref.
That'll be the 4th foul on the Aviators as well.
I mean, it has been foul city on both teams, honestly.
And now horrible added to the slew of comments. But Woods with the interception. He takes it the other way, and he will punch it.
An exclamation point. Bottom line, ref. Parker
And here
Woods
come the Bedford Bearcats. That one no good, and a foul is called. And unfortunately, we can't see because the Alliance fans are standing in front of the camera.
You know what? If you're Alliance, you don't hate it. Everyone letting them know, hey, Parker, white men can jump. We saw Sam Hayes do it against Louisville. Parker Woods, get up or get out of my gym. Puts one home in the district final.
And unfortunately, we did not get the block on the jam actually on the stream, so we do apologize, but out of our control. Really unfortunate there.
You win some, you lose some.
It's free throws here for the Bedford Bearcats. First of two for Donaldson is too strong.
You have to think right now, the Aviators fans definitely making a huge difference.
100%. 2.4 remaining in the third. Bedford down by 13. Both no good. Rebound down low. Also no good. One more chance. Donaldson puts it in. No shot. The clock didn't run.
Yeah, I was going to say, they never started the clock.
So now what do you do?
I don't know, but that's what my eyes were on, and that's why I was completely lost. They're saying no baskets, no baskets, no baskets, letting the clock run out.
And that's it for the third quarter.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know how you handle that situation. But at the end of the day, you look at what the Aviators have done in this third quarter. Absolutely historic performance.
But we will step aside here. 49-36, Alliance looking for their first district crown since the 1980s. Eight minutes left to go in regulation. The 1980s are calling. It has been over 40 years since the Alliance Aviators have won a district title in basketball, and they want that to end tonight.
Coach Harper looking to leave his mark for the second time on Alliance High School as a player. When he finished, he was the all-time leading scorer. After that, he was overtaken by J.J. Kakura. But now, as a coach, he's looking to win the first district title in quite some time.
Only two in program history. Both came in the 80s. Jackson fighting his way inside, and he will get fouled. And Coach Gay is livid.
And a little more fun Alliance history for you. I was looking back in the history books, and the Aviators have qualified for one state tournament ever. And it was the first ever OHSAA sanctioned state tournament in 1923, where they qualified and lost in the semifinals to the eventual champions. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember who it was, but they lost in the semis. And you know what? I think right now, Coach Chet Harper has a major chance to rewrite history for the Alliance Aviators.
I mean, many have picked them to win states. Another loose ball. Again, it's a steal for Alliance. They are on fire, and they are here, but there is the late foul. Bedford just can't get anything going. 9 points so far in the second half.
The way I'm looking at it right now, J.R. Jackson had a slow start. Was this to Coach Harper's plan? Did he want J.R. to come in the second half after the Bearcats were tired down and just put the nail in the coffin?
That three off the mark, though. Donaldson the rebound. And Bedford, they have to find a way to get this one over the timeline. McGinney all by himself with the jam! Take flight, A.J. McGinney!
He said, Parker Woods, I got one for you. Oh, my word.
That's how you revitalize a fan base and a team. Alliance back to the action. It's Woods driving, and that should be a charge. They're not going to call it. Either way, no good. And here come the Bedford Bearcats. McGinney fouled. And sliding as well.
Wow.
Holy punch.
I think we got that one.
We did. That's Blake Griffin-esque.
Dude, gross. I think you literally
No
heard
offense to
me.
Braden Gross.
I think you literally heard me as I went up go. I made the most highest pitch sound in my life because
you're now an alto.
What in the world did I just watch? I mean, that was freaky.
It's grimy season. It always is here in NEO. On the inbound, Donaldson spinning inside, gets it on the tip. Nowhere else to go. Loose ball picked up by Neal. Bedford clobbered. Woods goes down, no foul. They're letting him play. Now in the corner, Tajay Nicholson. He's got it!
The cherry on top. Tajay Nicholson putting a little three-pointer in there.
He now has 9. Bedford back to the race, and they will lay it in. It's A.J. McGinney again. He now has 23.
McGinney on the drive. Dude, do not get it twisted. Absolutely nasty.
Bedford's defense back in place. And a timeout is called by Chet Harper as he wants to talk things over.
He said he saw the dunk and he said he made a business decision, maybe. I think that's what that might be.
I would have to agree there completely. But holy punch.
That might be one of the... Where do you rank that on the SmeeSports history of dunks?
1.
That was nasty. That has to be up there with, you know, maybe a few Braden Gross lobs, maybe some CVCA lobs, a little dynamic duo.
Yes.
Yeah.
And again, they just won today 72-54 over St. Vincent St. Mary.
Big win. That was a win in a big way for them. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely one of the best dunks I've ever seen in person. Honestly, the only one I've ever seen that probably rivals it was when I watched Cavs Raptors, Naquan Tomlin. He had a nasty one. And that was in person. Of course, I'm referring to in-person dunks. Obviously, you see the social media. But this is real life.
There is going to be some hoopla after this one.
That was nasty.
We're going to start the hoopla.
Disgusting. Like, I mean.
We didn't start the fire, but we did start the hoopla.
Oh, man.
And as you can see from that angle, Cooper, pretty much a full house tonight at Strongsville High School.
Yeah, it is absolutely packed out. You look into that bottom left corner, Aviator fans, there is a preposterous amount of them, I would have to say.
They are here in full effect. And Alliance, this is where they want to slow the game down, up by 14. They got to just take care of business here to close out and win their first district title in over 40 years. It's Woods at the logo. Getting shifty on McGinney, driving inside. It's Woods, and it's good! And an and one!
Parker Woods. I mean, as much as I say, oh, Parker Woods, he's having a night. KB has 13. JR has 19. Tajay has 9. Everyone's having a night. The Aviators have put together a masterful second half. What I would dare call a very Alliance second half. This is a second half team at the end of the day. And they have proved it. And more so far.
So a 16-point lead here in the district championship game. All signs are pointing towards Alliance advancing. But they still have to take care of business here and close out. And that's a good start, getting the miss and not able to put it back. So in the end, the good start becomes sour, and now a foul on Alliance.
Oh, man.
I was about to say perfect. Put it away for 2. Get 4 points for your troubles. And that's going to be a foul on Parker Woods, his 3rd.
Yeah, on that putback attempt, he just had a little bit of attempt, a little bit of struggle going up strong at the rack, missed, and then Bedford gets the foul. That could be big. This could really be a huge swing in their direction in a time where they need it most.
And I agree. That punch as well.
Yeah, dude, oh my goodness. That's going straight to YouTube Shorts, straight to Instagram Reels. I mean.
I got to prep for a broadcast at 12 p.m. tomorrow, but I think we'll have to make time for that one. Back on the air tomorrow. Neal going coast to coast, taken in the corner by Woodgett, and he is coffin cornered. Back top, A.J. McGinney, step back from the key. Can't get that one to go. A strong rebound, and the putback is there. Excellent hustle from Jalen Gregory.
Again, what I say to the Aviators, grab boards. You got to close out strong. Grab boards.
And here comes the pressure. Sears driving, loose ball, and Bedford takes it away.
Look at that fast break opportunity. Tajay Nicholson was wide open.
And here comes McGinney on the fast break. Jackson goes down, and it's a foul. They're going to call it a block as he wasn't set. And that'll be his first foul of the district championship game.
And you know what? As much as the 19 points is impressive, JR making it 4 quarters, scoring 19 points, and that being his first foul, shocking.
And the boos rain down.
But right now, I think it's kind of the least of your concerns. You have to stop a moving Bedford Bearcats team. They're trying to get on a roll. They're hungry.
With shooters galore. A.J. McGinney taking it inside. Off balance airball. The pressure just too much from Alliance. Down a final 5:15 of regulation. It's Jackson up the floor, driving inside, wide open. Cam Burton, he's got it! Another switch for KB.
How about the closing strength of the Aviators, able to hit shots when they're closing the game out, but apparently not in the first quarter. Either way, the Aviators have done a fantastic job this fourth quarter. I was just about to say doing good at not fouling, but that's back-to-back fouls on possessions for JR, which you don't really want to see, but luckily it's only his second.
I mean, you jinxed him.
It's the basketball gods' karma. I mean, don't even think about saying it.
So here we are back to the action. 4:55 left to play in regulation. The drive inside, Neal off the window and in. A strong finish.
Yeah, very tough shot there. Able to finish through the contact and close that gap a little bit more.
Jackson driving inside, and he is fouled. Foul number 4 on the Bearcats, and the question is, was it on the shot?
Either way, he was heading to the basket. I don't know if it was on the shot, even if it's on the floor. Great job by J.R. Jackson engaging in contact and doing what he's done so well. And it looks like now getting to the line.
So free throws here for Mr. J.R. Jackson. The Aviators looking to break into the 60s.
I know you asked me against Louisville, what's the magic number for the Aviators? I said it was 70. And with the way that they're going in this second half, they definitely have the potential to reach that number.
First one good for JR. The Aviators in the 60s at 61. What an outing for J.R. Jackson, who now has 21. Averages nearly 20 a game this year, and there's a reason why.
He's been showing out in the playoffs, too. He had a few down games during the regular season, but he's really showed up versus Firestone, Louisville, and now Bedford.
And so has the Aviator defense. Not even allowing 20 points in the second half. They allowed 9 in the third.
Crazy.
They've taken over, and there is the foul.
Wow.
And it'll be free throws again for J.R. Jackson.
When I looked at my pregame predictions, you know, my dad asked me what I thought the score was going to be. I said, these are two fairly high-scoring teams, fast-paced. My score prediction was Alliance somewhere in the low 60s, Bedford in the mid-50s. It's not too far off. But you know what?
It's good.
J.R. Jackson, he's kind of taken me further and further away from my prediction.
But 22 points in the biggest game of his Aviator career. And he wants to walk out of here a district champion. And even more so, it is looking like it. Alliance up by 19. This would be a larger margin of victory than Louisville on Tuesday. McGinney top. Gregory far side. Kevin Woodgett. He knocks it down.
How about that?
All it takes is 1-3 to spark a rally, and the timeout has been called. A massive 3 for the all-time 3-point leader at Bedford.
Mind you, who went down earlier in the game with an ankle injury, came back, and he's been balling out even despite that.
So 3:57 left to play in regulation. What would have to happen for Bedford to come back and take this one from Alliance?
I think right now, I believe the Aviators have 4 fouls on the board. You have to attack the basket. Play to your advantage. You have to get yourself some free throws, or if you're McGinney, just get in the paint. Just drive.
Just got some word as some of the students was ejected. We're not going to say why.
From Bedford?
I think Alliance. One of the students on one side was ejected. That was a little while back.
Okay, I knew that there were some conversations going over there. A ref turned around and was having a conversation. I'll have to learn more about that later, probably on the ride home.
Or you'll hear about it on Monday at school.
Or that.
Imagine having school this week.
Okay, buddy. All right.
It's my spring break, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Hey, you know what? I can't blame you for it because you got high school basketball, some Tri-C baseball. I mean, you got a lovely schedule on your spring break.
And Bedford trying to keep this one alive, nearly got it back. and that would have been huge.
I was going to say that wayward pass from Sam Hayes nearly going in favor of the Bearcats. Just could not keep it in bounds.
You can't allow Bedford to get too much here. If you're Alliance, just stay with the status quo and make something happen. KB, far side, picks up Tajay. 3:40 left to play in regulation. It's Hayes at the top. Laid off for Cam Burton. Still a loud environment here in Strongsville as Alliance begins to pass it around. Burton nearly over the timeline, and it's intercepted, taken away by Jalen Gregory, and he will lay it in.
Great hustle on defense, turning it into offense, going coast to coast a little bit there. J.R. Jackson looking to take it coast to coast himself.
And here he comes, JR. No good, it's a blocking foul called. Woods is slow to get up, but again, it's free throws. But what a job by Jalen Gregory, the steal and the transition basket. It's a 14-point game. If they can knock down those threes consistently, this game still can flip on its head.
I was going to say, 4 threes. That's all it takes to get within reach, to get one more shot and win the game.
So all eyes on J.R. Jackson. His first is good. He now has 24.
I was going to say the one thing you don't want to do is send J.R. Jackson, of all people, to the free throw line.
And as well, make sure you stick with us after the final buzzer as we will have the full trophy presentation and the cutting down of nets. Second one as well, good. So J.R. Jackson now with 25. He has been on fire, and this might just simply become three-point time for the Bedford Bearcats. McGinney gets it away from J.R. Jackson, drives downhill, and finishes. A thing of beauty for A.J. McGinney. He now has 25. And a loose ball. Brisker able to take it across the timeline for Jackson in transition. Rolls it away, no good. Rebound, Neal. And Bedford nowhere to go. Hayes the foul. The 5th on the Aviators, and this one will be free throws.
Double bonus right now. I mean, this is crazy. Both ways. J.R. Jackson, if he hit that 3, I think this building would have exploded.
The game would have been done there.
When you look at the environment that you're playing in as at the Bedford Bearcats at a neutral site, the Aviators have made it a hostile environment, which is, that's unprecedented, the way that they travel. I think the big thing for them is this is possibly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You're looking at the dream team of Aviators being put together by Coach Harper. You have to make it out for these games.
And as well, both lower bowls are full. The only way this place isn't sold out is because of the upper decks, which are, I would say, 50-ish% capacity. Both, or one good there from Neal, as he splits the pair. So now a 13-point game. But both sides traveled well to this neutral site. And both sides, they want to see an exciting finish. It's an immediate steal and a 2. Again, it's Jalen Gregory. The deficit down to 11 for Bedford. Loose ball up the floor. KB picks it up. Driving out wide. Burton. Now it's Woods. Loose ball taken back by Bedford. Here come those Bearcats. It's Woodgett. Open for 3. Can't get it to go. A high bounce. It stays in with Alliance. But that could have been their chance. Here comes JR. Coast to coast. Over Woodgett. And it's a charge.
Wow.
Perfectly worn by Kevin Woodgett.
Bedford making a huge effort right now. I mean,
not going to be free throws.
Not going to, but still, I mean, this is insane. No free throws on offensive foul.
Yes. The environment, though, here at Strongsville High School, it feels like those Stangs and those Blue Devils are in the house. But not tonight. It's the Bearcats and the Aviators. Neal, double team. Near side swatted down and picked up by Gregory. McGinney resets the offense for Bedford. AJ driving downhill in the double team. Can't get it to go, but a foul is called. And Hayes a little aggressive on that follow through.
Yeah, you heard me probably take my breath in there through my teeth. I mean, the Bearcats now have a huge opportunity to turn what was almost a 20-point deficit into less than double digits.
This team never quits.
It's not over till it's over.
So at the line is A.J. McGinney for the Bedford Bearcats. His first, no good. Again, it goes back to the free throws.
You can win the game at the line. You can lose the game at the line.
With one more point, he would tie his second best tally on the year with 26. He had that against both Glenville and Twinsburg. Right now matching his third best, 25 against Maple Heights. McGinney's seconds is good. It's back to a 10-point game.
Wow.
And here come some changes for both sides.
I have to ask, do you have the number on what is JR's season high this year?
I do not.
My best guess is somewhere around 27. So he's definitely nearing that. I know last year it was 30 against Northwest.
And the double team's intercepted again. It's Gregory for Neal. Air ball down. It's off of Parker Woods. Bedford another chance.
You know who it's been right now for Bedford? Gregory with the defense. I think he probably has 5 steals this quarter. If you're the Aviators, you got to get that under control.
My question is, when is Harper call time? On the inbound, it's Neal. Getting some space. Poked away by J.R. Jackson. Here come the Aviators. 2-on-1. It's J.R. And it's no good, but a foul is called. Whew. But Bedford keeping this one very, very close.
If you ask me, Bearcats come back, continue moving like the way they have. This would have to go down as one of the it kind of reminds me a little bit of that Barberton game last year. Coach Harper tried too hard to slow the game down, and it ended up Barberton winning without De'Arian Holly.
First of 2 for JR is good. He teases you every time.
I mean, yeah, he does have every few free throws, that one just bouncing around. He's got the shooter's touch, though, as the first one falls. He has 26. To make it 27.
No good. A rare miss for J.R. Jackson. Still an 11-point game. Bedford running for their lives. McGinney driving. Off the window, no good. Fights for the rebound, can't get it. It's Braylon Sears picking it up. And here come those Alliance Aviators looking for the nail in the coffin. And a lot of it has to come to running around with this basketball. Sears, 90 seconds left to play. KB driving, and he is fouled on the dish. It'll be free throws again for Alliance. And you can just feel the dejection of Bedford. They have fought so hard tonight, but Alliance, their will and their grits may be enough.
It's absolutely kept them in the game. I think it falls down to, you know, some of these players who you maybe don't look at as much. Obviously, the biggest player making the effort, JR, with 26 of the team's 66. But KB has 16, which is a huge performance for him. I feel like he's been having a few down games as of recent, but this one, he's back on it. He's hitting the shots that he's taking. He's doing exactly what he needs to do for the team to get the win. Another one, I look at Braylon Sears. His defense has been absolutely immaculate in the playoffs.
So here comes Cam Burton to the charity stripe. First of 2, no good.
Again, hostile, neutral environment. Both teams, student sections are here. They're loud.
And I want to say for Bedford, if they made a few more free throws, they would be within striking distance.
Again, you can win the game at the free throw line, and you can lose the game at the free throw line. I'm not going to say that the free throws were all the difference, but they could have made the difference as KB
both are no good.
Misses both. Wow.
So a big miss again. It's officially go time. McGinney trying to find some space. Now in the wing. Bedford not really much time to play around with. McGinney's 3 is good! AJ knocks it down. Give him 29. And a loose ball. McGinney gets it but can't keep it alive.
Oh my
He
goodness.
slipped trying to keep it in.
Bedford only down 8 with a minute left. If McGinney got to that ball, I think I would have flipped my lid.
Timeout called, but this one's somehow not over.
It feels like I've been here for so long.
You got here late, so I don't want to hear it.
I was going to say, I think I've only been here maybe an hour 45, but it feels like a lifetime in this gymnasium. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Watching an extremely exciting game. I mean,
I'll high five to that one.
It's just, I mean, fantastic game that we're watching here. Wow. I mean, as an Aviators fan, it gets your heart beating, man.
It does.
It really does.
As well, I want to take this time and talk about our next couple of broadcasts. Tomorrow, join us at Connaughton Valley High School in Bowerston. 12 p.m., 2 p.m. first pitches as KSU Tuscarawas baseball welcomes in Penn State Fayette. Then next Sunday, another JUCO doubleheader at Tri-C. as the Triceratops welcome in Lansing Community College, the number 23 team in Division II JUCO. And then after that, our first OHSAA game of the spring. It'll be on March 23rd, and that game will feature the Dukes of Marlington and the Tigers of Massillon High School in an exciting softball clash.
Orange M versus Orange M. That's all I see.
A little confusing there, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way, would we, Cooper?
Absolutely not.
Final minute of regulation. Alliance looking for their first district crown since the 80s. Bedford, their first since 2005. KB, first thing, clear the timeline, and it's out of bounds. Right back to Bedford it goes.
That's a mistake you cannot have happen, especially not with this little time on the clock. And with Bedford only 8 points away.
This game's far from over.
They've come back 11 points so far. We need to see if they can close the deal.
If they can do that, that would be incredible. McGinney, full head of steam. In the wing, double team, down low. It's Donaldson, a little shy, and he is fouled. It's free throws for Bedford. Clock stops 48.2.
Wow.
Once again, J.R. Jackson, not the leading scorer combined. That is A.J. McGinney. He has 29.
I'm speechless. He has done, again, everything for this team. Has over half of their points. Actually, I think exactly half.
But here comes Justin Donaldson. First of two's no good. Now 1 for 5 from the charity stripe. It comes down to free throws again and again.
You add those 5 points, it's a 3-point game.
You might have to, at this point, miss. Get a rebound.
Intentional miss, get a putback.
You need something here if you are Bedford. You got to get creative. But still, in our eyes, plenty of time. Donaldson, his second is good.
Anything can happen on SmeeSports.
And now it's a 7-point game, and here comes some substitutions for Bedford. And Alliance, they will match. Nicholson in, and he will replace Cole Pasco.
Coach Harper making an intentional switch there. He knows what he needs to do for his team to close this out.
Brisker on the inbound, nowhere to go. He is trapped, running out of space, nowhere for him to go, and he will huck this one up. Somehow finds Parker, up to Tajay Nicholson. And here comes Cash Brisker downhill, driving and banging it in.
Cash Brisker, they needed that. They needed something to just lock them back in. 30 seconds now.
Here comes Kevin Woodgett, can't knock it down. Parker Woods fights for the rebound, can't get it. Loose ball, and the foul is on Bedford.
Wow.
Alliance picks it up.
How about it? I need to get a step stool, dude. Everyone's standing up right now.
Yeah, we cannot see the game.
I think I'm going to move slightly over here and see if I can do anything, honestly.
It's time to watch through the monitor. So here comes Parker Woods. His first of two.
No good. Wow. You have to hit that.
You got to hit at least one.
It's too close of a game to miss. Again, you can win the game at the free throw line. You can lose it at the free throw line.
Absolutely right, and we've seen that so many times today. Just that on display. We really have. Woods, his second is on the money. Back to a 10-point game. It's all systems go for the Bedford Bearcats. It'll be McGinney on the inbound. Final 20 seconds of regulation, and McGinney is fouled. It's free throws for AJ, and a chance for a 30 ball here.
How long have both teams been in the bonus?
Too long.
I mean, it's been absolute free throw central. The Aviators with that free throw actually making it back to a double-digit lead, trying to get back at where I believe they had a 19-point lead at one point, which has been absolutely cut down.
And McGinney's first is no good.
Wow, the woes continue.
Bedford has missed 9 free throws.
That's
basically your difference.
Yeah,
I was going to say,
almost exactly the difference. If they miss this, it will be.
Even if they make it, it is. And it's good. McGinney will split the pair. Pressure time again for the Alliance Aviators. Brisker to clear the timeline. He will. And will Bedford foul? It's a loose ball. Parker Woods picks it up, and he is fouled. It'll be free throws again for the Aviators with 13 seconds on the clock. I don't know about you, Cooper, but I'm feeling 1982.
You know, man, I'm feeling it too, but I just don't want to say too early, possibly jinx it.
So 69-60 the score. And here comes Parker Woods. His first is good. And the Aviators are in the 70s.
There's that magic number. A little bit higher scoring than I thought it would be.
You and me both. What a night it has been for the Alliance Aviator offense.
Parker's second is good.
Now 71 points. Final 10 seconds. Here come the Bedford Bearcats. Get it over the timeline and go from there. So much pressure, McGinney. He will huck up a prayer. Well shot, picked up below the basket. Gregory puts it away. The clock, it will continue to run. And the Alliance Aviators are district champions. 71-62 your final.
Wow. Now that we're there, I don't know how to feel, man. It's almost emotional. These are people that I see every day in school. These are kids that I know. And this is a team that just can't stop winning. District champions now, and I mean, I'm just baffled. We've come so far.
And the emotions from Cam Burton and Kavion Thomas.
This senior squad, I mean, you have to think they're going through so much right now, but they've earned it. They have fought tooth and nail to get where they are today, and they're district champions.
For the first time in over 40 years, Alliance will play in the regional tournaments. 71-62 your final. What a night to be an Aviator.
And the one thing that I will say, J.R. Jackson, as a senior, has put up one of the most, I mean, even so far in the playoffs, just fantastic. You look at him through the regular season, I believe at the moment he's slightly shy of J.J. Kakura's all-time scoring record. The longer the playoffs go on, the more time he has to reach that. There is so much at stake to keep the Aviators in the playoffs, and they know it. And they're playing through their pressure, and they're beating fantastic teams like this. I mean, unprecedented.
It's all the emotions today. What is going through that young man's mind? J.R. Jackson.
I mean, as a senior, his story is so unwritten. He's going to play basketball at the University of Walsh. He has so far to go in life. I mean, you can expect nothing of great things from him and the rest of this Aviators team.
What a night. KB, he's letting them know down below. He knows what's up. Well, Cooper, your player of the game presented by SmeeSports tonight. It's the king of Alliance, J.R. Jackson.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think we were going to get another Alliance game on the schedule. You had to close it out the right way. In the playoffs, we've seen a few different people, but tonight, undoubtedly, it was the main man. He runs the show in A-Town. J.R. Jackson, of course. He had 26 points in a huge playoff showing for the Aviators to make them district champs.
And here it is. It is time for the trophy presentation. We'll toss it downstairs and bring it back up here to close it out when they are done.
District runner-up or district champions. Assisting the presentation of the district runner-up awards are athletic director JC Commander of the Bedford City Schools. Let's give a round of applause for the Bearcats. To accept your runner-up award. Congratulations on the great season.
I've seen a few people with these. Where did you get that? From him? I've seen a few people with
That's the old logo from Traps has it. But I don't think he has it anymore. They might.
I've
You could
seen
check.
What's his name? Aiden, who's a junior, he's in speech and debate. I see he wears like the same too. I'm like, dude, those are sick. I need to get him.
Number 0, Deshaun Carroll. Number 1, Jordan Perry. Number 2, Robert Field. Number 3, Heather Booker the third. Number 4, Bryce Kerman McKay. Number 5, AJ McKinney. Number 10, Joe Reed. Number 11, Hermes Warren. Number 12, Talon Bell. Number 15, Jermaine Bell Jr. Number 20, Justin Dalton. Number 24, DeAndre Morton. And number 30, Devin Sharp. Head coaches, Jermaine Gray, assistant coach. Kevin Duncan, second. Tim Cameron, John Temple, Aaron Bealey. Kirsten Russell. Team manager Max Curry, and manager Brady Nash-Wilson. Those are your runner-ups. The Bedford Bearcats. And now, handing out the awards for the Lions Indians. Sean Fontaine, principal of Lions High School. Will the team captains of the Aviators please come forward to collect your official trophy award. And now, your name is called. Please come out to your champion and others. Cash Brisker. Charles Johnson.
Ain't never seen that. We used them all the time and I ran for handcuffs. I had handcuffs, I carried them for like 5 minutes, I'm like, no, zip. You don't want no problem, then pushing that.
Here at SmeeSports, we try not to be biased, but it's so hard in this moment not to just feel immense pride and joy for these young men who we've covered all season. It's such an amazing sight to see these Alliance Aviators, after 44 long years, back with a district championship title in hand. They earned it all season. From game one, Channing Jellison's put back to beat Northwestern Canal Fulton, to tonight, a gutsy 71-62 win over Bedford. These young men have earned it, and they will have the right to cut down nets this evening at Strongsville High School. Once again, they have fought so hard all year, and as a broadcaster, they have made my job so much easier. There are just so many positive, amazing things to talk about with this group of young men. And it has been a joy, a complete joy, to cover this team. Seeing my own alma mater make it far in the playoffs meant a lot. This one's right up there. Going to Mount Union, embracing the city of Alliance. This one means a lot to me, along with these guys tonight. Again, just so proud of this group of Alliance Aviators, making history and winning their first district title in 44 years. We've already talked about our player of the game being J.R. Jackson. We got some other players to talk about tonight, as there is KB celebrating with the trophy. Cash Brisker, he ends the night with 3 points. J.R. Jackson, he has 26. Tajay Nicholson, 9 points. Cam Burton, 13 points for him. Braylon Sears, 5. Parker Woods, or 3 for Sears, 12 for Parker, 2 for Sam Hayes. What a night for the Alliance Aviators. Impressive all the way around. And they are more than deserving to cut down nets here tonight at Strongsville High School. What a sight for them. Before we sign off tonight, you got to give kudos to the Bedford Bearcats. A.J. McGinney played his heart out and then some tonight. 30 of the 62 for Bedford were him. He was absolutely on fire. One of the best solo performances that we have seen all season. Beyond that, Jalen Gregory, he had 10. Roderick Neal had 8. 7 for Kevin Woodgett, who came back in after getting hurt to finish out the game. 2 for Simon Bell, and 4 for Justin Donaldson, along with 1 extra point added on by Jermaine Gay Jr. As tradition, thank you to Jalen Gregory, Kevin Woodgett, Joe Green, Jermis Warren, Darian Lovejoy, and Deontay Martin, your 2026 Bedford Bearcat seniors. Thank you all for your contribution to the program over at Bedford High School. This team fell short back-to-back years in this building in the district championship game, but they will be back. If A.J. McGinney plays the same way he did tonight, he could be a Mr. Basketball contender next year. If he can play with that moxie and that drive, he can go far with this Bedford team, and they can all go far. They'll be back, and we'll see them again at Youth Elite, hopefully. And they should be a fun group to watch. But tonight is an Aviator night. 71-62 your final. The Aviators, for the first time since the 1981-82 season, have advanced to the OHSAA Regional Tournament and will take on Mansfield Senior on March 11th at 8 p.m. at the University of Toledo. Mansfield Senior earlier on today pulling off the upsets, knocking off a very talented #1 seed in Lima Shawnee. Those TY Tigers, over the last 3 days, have knocked off the top 2 seeds, Oregon Clay and now Lima Shawnee. It'll be a fun one next week at the University of Toledo. 64-61 the final for Mansfield. But as I mentioned pregame, this will do it for us and our coverage of Alliance Aviator basketball along with the winter season. Best of luck to Alliance. We hope to see you guys bring home the state championship trophy to A-Town in a few weeks' time on March 20th from the University of Dayton. These guys have been so fun to watch. Again, from game 1 against Northwest on the road to now, an amazing win to improve to 23-2 on the year, winning their 15th straight game. Alliance has earned this one, and they will dance on to the OHSAA Regional Tournament in Division III. 71-62 your final. With that in mind, we will toss things downstairs to the ceremony. One we've already seen this year, and it is a cutting of the nets. For the EBC, it felt nice, but for a district crown, it feels that much sweeter for the Alliance Aviators. For Cooper Fontaine, I am Nathan Smee saying so long from Strongsville High School, and we will see you again tomorrow for some KSU Tusk baseball as they welcome in Penn State Fayette. This has been OHSAA Basketball on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. Thank you all for tuning in, not just today, but all season, whether it be for OHSAA basketball, girls basketball, hockey, Just Alliance, up here in Cleveland, wherever you tune in for. Thank you for your support this season, and we will be back in mid to late November 2026 for some more exciting OHSAA boys basketball action. But once again, this has been the OHSAA on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. The Aviators are victorious 71-62 over the Bedford Bearcats. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you again next time, and we will leave you with the net cutting ceremony for the Alliance Aviators.